Welcome to the ultimate tour of the House on the Rock. And welcome to Hello, I Am Clutch, where I am the most thrilled I've ever been for this channel because I'm finally taking you to the House on the Rock. Now, this says the House on the Rock. That's not the actual house. It's much more exciting than that. This is possibly, if not definitely, possibly, my favorite attraction in the entire country. I love this place. It is whimsical. It is unbelievable. It is collections upon collections upon collections of things. It is so much in one place. It actually just started as someone who wanted to be an architect building basically a house on a rock with a lot of interesting just things going on in it, but there's so much more. It's so hard to describe. There's so much here. There's instruments that play themselves. There's an entire area with a whale that's bigger than apparently the Statue of Liberty. There's the world's biggest inside carousel. There's what is my favorite room that we'll get to later that I don't want to spoil yet, but it is just magnificent and it's unique and it goes extra. Everything just feels like it's more than normal, and I'm going to be thrilled the entire time. I'm so excited. I haven't been here in 6 years, and today I'm giving you the ultimate tour. We are diving deep. I'm showing you everything. I'm showing you as much as I possibly can. So this is going to be a big, fun one, and I'm so excited to take you along with me so you can really get the full ultimate tour of the House on the Rock. So please follow me. And right as we start, we are at this big, wonderful thing with flowers and dragons on it, and we go right to here, which is not the house. This is the Welcome Center. All right, we're gonna enter that Welcome Center here. Now, I don't think it's super crazy at first, but it's already definitely fun to see. So let's walk in and see what we have. Oh, it's really just a fun, big inside place. Like, they got some amazing water feature, and this actually goes pretty far. I love this. But this is not even close to what it's gonna feel like. It feels very kind of 60s, 70s crazy, and you'll see in a bit. We're gonna talk to you about a lot of stuff, but one of the great things about it is just the collections and the architecture. And you'll see kind of way up here already, there's just collections of airplanes and horses and things like that. And look at this, even over here, just a big carousel horse as well. It's just, oh my gosh, I've been here, I'm so excited, can't wait to show you. We're gonna go get our tickets and we're gonna start this wonderful, wonderful journey. So something really quick to tell you, in the Welcome Center here is where you get your tickets at the thing behind me. Tickets are about $37, $38 for adults to come here. Again, I haven't said, but this can be like a 3 to 6 hour experience depending on how much you want to do. So just keep in mind it is close to $40 to come here to the House on the Rock. Also, something important is that when you are in the house, there's many token-operated machines and things. We will show you a lot of them. You can get a bunch of the tokens here. I know there's opportunities to get them later as well, but getting them here has some special pricing. So just wanted to show you that. I'm going to play a lot of fun things while we're in there, so wanted to give you that heads up. Just want to show you more of the other side of that fountain. I love this. It goes under here, and it keeps going. It's flowing a little bit, but you got this bridge, and then it's hard to see, but it does actually continue completely outside. And just to give you the vibe of what we're gonna get, this piano's playing itself. There's a lot of musical instruments that are going to play itself. Now, I don't normally like to show bathrooms unless there's something really, really unique, but this will give you kind of, again, an early vibe of what we're gonna get. I'm not gonna go fully in, but just in the entry, they have all these cases with interesting nautical stuff in there, and they got a little bit more over here. And it's collections upon collections is what you get, and even more right there. Again, don't want to go fully in the bathroom, but what's just amazing is every inch of this place is covered with amazingness. Okay, enough of the main visitor center. Let's actually go and start walking towards the House on the Rock. There's actually some things right before you get to the main stuff, but now we're gonna get going. And then right before this main kind of entry start, they have the actual maps here to have you go down. So we're gonna pick up a map. So before, again, sorry to keep delaying a little bit, but I want to give you the full understanding of what we're doing. There's 3 major sections that you can see. There's the house, the Asian garden, the gatehouse, the original room and stuff. Then we get to the mill house, streets of yesterday, heritage to see other stuff, and then the organ room, inspiration point, dollhouse room. So it is a big maze-like compound. So we actually start here, we walk down here, we go to the original house, we come back, we go through all of this stuff. We go through so much. It's amazing. Here, I'll give you a quick shot to actually look at it. It is, oh gosh, I'm beyond excited. Okay, we're finally going. Come on, Clutch, just get to it. You can skip ahead. I'm gonna put chapters. Don't worry, don't worry. Anyway, so we start out here, and it's again, something I love immediately before we're actually even at the house. There's so much just love in this place. I love all these overhangs, these walkways. It just feels like an amusement park adventure more than anything else, and I love how it gets you to where we're going. So we kind of walk past, I believe, the Japanese garden first. I'll just kind of give a quick look at that. There's not as much going on there that I recall. There's a few gardens, and we'll get to eventually. But again, we're going to still give you as full a tour as possible. So you can see this is, at least so far, ADA accessible. You can just walk down. This is not too hard of an incline, but then you have the beautiful, I believe this is the Chinese garden, if I recall. I could look at my map right now, but I'm holding my camera, so I kind of have to do it this way. I want to give you this first look of just out here. It's just so wonderful. It's calm, and there's so much more than just the house. The house is what brings you in, but everything else is what keeps you here. So anyway, let's keep going. So I've gotten to this gate here to walk in here, and this is actually called just the Asian garden. I thought it was specifically Chinese for some reason. I was incorrect. That's why I look at the map and tell you the right thing. That's why you can go back and look at the map. So there's not as much to look at in here, but I don't think we necessarily walk directly past this again without going out of our way. So I just want to show you how cute it is, how wonderful. You got these nice little ponds here, you got these bridges. And again, this isn't even why I'm here. This is like this is a great part, but this is like at the bottom of the list of what's fun. I mean, because this kind of right here gives you the vibe of what's fun. We got the dragon shooting the water into the water. So I just love that. And that's about it. You just have that little garden here. You got another bridge over here. Got a few. It's just, I know there's a lot of Asian influence in the design of the house itself, which we'll kind of see when we get there. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the Alex Jordan Center. You learn a little bit of history about who built the house and what the house is about before we actually even get there. And so you can see right there, we're gonna go to the Alex Jordan Center. We're not gonna spend a humongous amount of time in there, but I wanna show you at least some of the little quirks and things and give you a little more context that I can before we get to the main event. All right, well, let's go. So again, this is the Alex Jordan Center. I just want to point out this is like their logo for the House on the Rock, because that's kind of what it looks like, if you know it, which is fun. But there's a lot to learn about, like, this Alex Jordan here. I'm not going to go too much into detail about it again. I'll kind of go here so you can read it yourself. But like, in short, he was an architect like Frank Lloyd Wright, or at least he wanted to be. And I believe Frank Lloyd Wright didn't really care for him much and kind of poo-pooed him a little bit, and basically that caused him to build the House on the Rock. That is a complete oversimplification. Read this to learn a lot better than me. So what's great about this entry area, you see all these books and stuff, is kind of like already giving you what the vibe is of this place. This is actually what a lot of the inside of the house is going to feel like in a moment when we get there. And that's, I think, what's good about this entryway. It gives you kind of some, in a more modern sense, with some information to learn about it. It starts to give you the vibe of what this place is going to be. So as we come over here, we can start to actually see a model of the House on the Rock. So this is an early model by Alex Jordan, and that is kind of what it looks like. It is a little dark, so it's hard to tell exactly, but that's it. We're going to go to that. And so I don't even think I see the infinity room on it in this context, so the infinity room is going to be amazing when we get there. So this is pretty neat, though, because like when he first started, Alex Jordan first started doing this, these are like the early guest books, and these are all the tickets, like the stubs he kept of like everybody. And so, like it even says here, in the early years, Alex had every punch ticket, every bill, and every receipt. And so this is what a string of tickets looked like. And that's kind of the general vibe of the place. It feels like Alex Jordan found and kept everything. And that's what I love about this place, is it feels like it has just a wonderful collection of everything. That's a great way to put it. Good job, Alex Jordan. So as we're walking through the Alex Jordan Center, there's some like videos to give you some context and things like that. A big thing here is music, and music like this. Like, it looks crazy. So what this basically is, it's hard to tell, but it is an automated violin. It might not be a violin. I'm not great with knowing these specific instruments, but the idea is that here there's a lot of automated instruments. I love animatronics, and this takes it kind of to a crazy degree, where there are so many things in the house that we're going to see and in the entire experience with like musical instruments playing themselves. And it's amazing. It's like taking the idea of like calliopes or big grand organs that you see at like carousels to like an extreme degree. So you're gonna get exhausted from it, but I have to show it to you because it's all wonderful. But this gives you an idea, a good close-up of what a lot of what we're about to see is, where like these machines basically play the violin. And it's not just violins, it's everything. So I'm so excited. Here, apparently, it says that the organ room was Alex's favorite, so slight spoilers, but that's my favorite room as well. That is near the, kind of, again, the last third of this entire adventure. It's a whole thing talking about it. When we get there, you will, I mean, you can kind of see these pictures, but believe me, you do not get the vibe until you're there. I'm not even sure how well it'll come up in the video here, but yeah, stick around to the organ room. That, to me, is the greatest part of this entire place, in a place full of great parts. So I know this is something a lot of people show in other videos, but I think it's a good introduction to understand what a lot of what you're going to see is kind of like, it's just a little bizarre, just a little off, but it's a lot of like motion, a lot of energy, a lot of kineticness with like animatronics and simple things that are just, they feel a little extra, a little out there, and I just think it's amazing. It's just, words are so hard to find, and I'm going to repeat myself a lot here, but thank you for coming on this journey with me and Mr. Probably Humpty Dumpty. So again, as we saw in the map, this place is constructed of essentially 3 major sections, but it really all blends into one major experience. So anyway, section 1 though is the main event. And so even though the House on the Rock is the main event, there's actually something just a little bit before that. And finally, yes, we're now finally going to the House on the Rock. Come on, Clutch, get with it. Anyway, this is the first hallway. This is when it starts to really feel like what the House on the Rock feels like, where it's just, there's like an old 70s basement vibe to me, and that's why I love it so much amongst so many other reasons. But it's what is here. It's just what you see. Like, this is random. This is relatively random to what we're going to see. But then they got like, sometimes it's not really explained what it all is, and you can kind of see, but everything is really well either restored or it's not like junk, and it is stuff that feels like it's in its proper form. And so like, if you know what these things are, let me know, because these are awesome. I love these things. I just love old machinery and things like that. It looks almost like, I don't know, it looks like you could put coins and stuff in there, and it looks almost like a game to me. But this is where I need to learn more stuff. But already, this is where I talk about how this place feels extra, where like, it's not just models of ships. It's a crazy dragon boat ship with 1,000,000 oars, and there's so much detail on this, and there's no explanation. There's no actual telling me what am I even looking at, and yet this is just unbelievable. Anyway, again, you could stand and look at stuff for hours, but we're going to keep going down, and we're going to get to what is actually the gatehouse. That's kind of your first little entry and understanding of what is this experience really, really going to be like. Okay, so now we're going to enter the gatehouse. So this is not the actual House on the Rock yet. This is basically a prelude, but it is the same vibe. So I'm already so happy because you can see like the ceilings are so low. Like, I am about 5'10", and I can just easily touch it there. So just to begin, look at all these rocks. And then look at this sunken living room here. And it's like, you're not sure where to go. You're supposed to go down there. You could go over here, but it's just a dead end. But anyway, let's now actually keep going. It even says, caution low ceiling. And we're walking down now. And it's like, I believe this was used as like an actual house, but look at this. Again, ceiling so low. This is a humongous open like fireplace. I don't know if it was even really used, but it's amazing. I love this. But this gives you the first real taste of what the House on the Rock is for me. It's just like a 70s vibe. There's carpeting everywhere, there's Tiffany lamps, and then you got the instruments playing themselves. You got a harp, looks like maybe a cello, you got a piano, you got drums. Just look at this. Like, I have to bend down to see this. Like, I love that this isn't huge like this. Gosh, this makes me so happy. Yeah, look at that. Could stand here forever. But like, I'm doing this almost as one big shot. Like, there's this amazing table here. Look at this. And what they got the lamp with the lady holding the lamps. And then this is a kitchen over here. This is a kitchen. So again, this is the gatehouse. This is not even the house. And look at that, where like the oven, the stove is in there, and like there's, looks like a grill here or something. Yeah, looks like it was that. And I think there used to be ventilation up there. But look at this. This is like an old kitchen. It's even got the refrigerator here. Look, it's amazing that this, again, this isn't the house. This isn't the cool part. This is the prelude to the cool part. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think there's a little bit more gatehouse. But then probably, again, we're doing a deep dive today. Deep dive. This is not the shallow end of the house on the rock. Okay, so that is most of the gatehouse. There's really not too much, but I love that there's little signs continue. And then there's just a normal door, a normal boring door with a normal boring handle. But it doesn't take you to a normal boring place, because if you turn around and look at the other side of that normal boring door, look at that not boring door. How is it so boring on one side but so amazing on the other? That's great. And then out here, before we actually, again, I feel like I'm delaying the house on the rock on purpose. I'm not. I'm just showing you it in order that you experience. This is a great water feature here. They got Hotai, the god of happiness, and it says to rub his belly for good luck. I already have the happiness, but Hotai, you happy? I'm happy. We're all happy. Clutch is happy. Look how happy I am. Look at this. Look at this happy Clutch. Look at happy Clutch. Happy Clutch. Happy Hotai. Happy Hotai. We're having a happy time. Okay, Clutch, get to the house. Next to all those water features, it finally says to the house on the rock, which is up this way. So it's actually two-way traffic, so we're actually gonna come back this way, but I just want to kind of point out, like, I think eventually we get down there, and I think that's actually the Japanese garden. And it is, yeah, because it says enjoy the Japanese garden at the end of your visit, so we'll see that in around 6 hours, I don't know, in Clutch time, not in recording time. I'm gonna edit this down to be brief. It's not gonna be brief, but anyway, this is just like, look at this. Look at how this goes up. It's going up to the house on the rock. You can't even see it yet. That's what's kind of amazing about this whole experience with the house on the rock. If you've never been here before, you wouldn't even realize that the first thing wasn't the house. Like when it says it's the gatehouse, it's really like just one room, but it is the vibe of the place. But what is fun about this is you can kind of start to see some of the other places we're gonna go. So there's these other huge warehouse buildings we're gonna eventually go to that house a lot of stuff. They got the covered walkways everywhere. So we are gonna see everything. And also, this is crazy. You are in Wisconsin and you wouldn't necessarily know it, but like, Wisconsin can have great views. Look at that. That's amazing. And when I was been here before, there has been, when you're in the house, you're able to go up to the roof at one point. I'm not sure if that's always open. If it is, I'm obviously gonna show you, but like the views here are great. But this is fun. This is just a ramp. It's not, it doesn't even, you can't even see where you're going, but that's the beauty of the house on the rock, is like you don't know what's around the corner. You don't know what you're gonna see next. And this makes me so happy. Like there's so many places where it's fun the first time because you really don't know, but House on the Rock for me is fun every time because I do know, and I just love this. Anyway, we're almost there. I'll catch you at the entrance. And here's the entrance. Thanks for meeting me here. Thank you, thank you. Anyway, right before we go in, I just want to show you how, like, literally there's the house, that's the entrance, and here's the rocks. So it's really House on the Rocks, but House on the Rock, I guess, sounds cooler. I don't know, it's many rocks. It's a very cool place, and so we're gonna go inside. And the thing that I want to try to do my best to show you is, like, you really can't see the whole thing from the outside from a far distance. And so all the angles I can show you kind of help get a sense of it. But again, anyway, now we'll actually go in the regular entrance. All right, regular entrance, really low ceiling. It's actually probably a couple inches shorter than before, but look at this. Like you can see as you're walking in, you already got rocks. Like this is literally built into and on the rock. Like there's actual trees just coming right in. And there you go. There's your first look at the House on the Rock. And because it's in rock, it's much cooler here. Like it does feel like it dropped like about 5-10 degrees from outside. But like, look at this. It's just, that's what's amazing about this. And they got amazing stained glass. It's built kind of into the architecture of the natural environment. I think that's one reason I love it so much. But this place just also feels like it had to go with that environment, so it's almost like not even logical. So like, look at this. There's just these big bells over here, and like you can't, I don't know if like you were able to walk over here before, but right now it's like, it's sectioned off. But this is amazing. Like, look at this. I love this so much. It looks like these could slide so you can take them off over here, but I don't even know. But, oh my gosh. Anyway, let's go to the next part, which is actually one of the highlights of the entire experience, and there's a tease. All right, so at the first entrance to the House on the Rock, I'm gonna kind of sneakily show you over here first, before we get to that really fun thing, because I forgot there was one extra room. Again, I think this is now here, to like cordon it off so that you don't go to some of these sections, you can just look, but like, look at this sunken living room with this wall here. This is wonderful. It's just, these open spaces with the rocks and the cooking, and just feels amazing. But, I'm tired of teasing you. I'm gonna bring you over here now to show you what is one of the absolute best features of the entire experience of the House on the Rock. So we come down this ramp here, and as we come down this ramp, just a little fun stuff over there. Okay, come on, Clutch, come on, Clutch. And this is called the Infinity Room. And why is this called the Infinity Room? Well, it's absolutely because this room goes to 11. Or infinity, I don't know. So look at this. This room is over a cliff. It's dangling, it's hard to tell. But it is, and it has some Godfather music in the background. It's coming from that. I'll show you that a little bit more in a second, but I just want to show you, this is the Infinity Room. This is one of the crowning jewels of this experience. This room looks like it goes forever. It's hanging actually over the side of like a gorge, but it's just all like forced perspective. It's very Disney-like, and it is just incredible. Like, it looks like it goes on and on and on, but it really only goes on maybe 50 feet. I'm gonna walk with you to the end here. So at this point, it's hard to tell though, we are over like nothing. Like, this is hanging about, it looks like about, oh, I'd say 40, 50 feet above the ground. I don't know exactly, but this is the best room in the House on the Rock. It's not necessarily my favorite room in the whole experience, but it definitely is at the top. Now, actually, fun fact, if you look at the banner on my actual channel page on YouTube, this is the room that you're seeing from the outside view. I'll show you a view from that in a second, but look at this. You can see as we're getting to the end just how far you can see and how beautiful it is. Like, this is incredible. I love this. I love walking to the end with you. So again, it looks like it's going forever, but I'm actually almost at the end here. So it just kind of goes up and it has that forced perspective illusion. There's actually a big glass thing here. So I can go as far as that. That's as far as I can go. So just to zoom, you can see that's the end of the Infinity Room, which is kind of ironic to say. But something fun here is you can actually look down and see kind of how far we are, except you kind of can't because there's trees in the way. But anyway, that's the Infinity Room. Let's look back. I know there's other people here, but you can see how amazing, like, it's not that long, but if you're also here, you can feel kind of the bouncing of it, which is really kind of neat. The way it goes up and down and how it sways, and it's just an incredible experience. It's not as infinity going this way, but it is really cool, and this is just one of my absolute favorite rooms in the entire place. Thank you for coming down with me. Let's continue going through the actual House on the Rock. So as we're walking back, I didn't even notice this because of the room was so exciting. I love these benches. I love that they start kind of wide over there and they kind of thin out like the actual Infinity Room. So that's amazing. And then again, up here, you look back, you didn't even know there was some stuff up there. There's a tree going through, they got some like collections and stuff. And then I gotta talk a little loud over here because I think this is Godfather music, but it looks, I like that it's a painting and you can kind of see into it, because I don't, well, let's stop so I can not be too loud, but it's just, again, automated instruments. It's incredible. I love this so much. So just to give you the idea of what we were just in, it was this is where we were. This is the Infinity Room hanging over the side. So again, if you go and look at my the banner on my channel, if you go to my actual like YouTube page, this is what I have as my banner, because this is, again, one of my favorite places in the entire world. I say that, I haven't been that many places outside the United States, but it's definitely one of my favorite places in the entire United States. So this is just absolutely incredible, and this gives you an idea of what we did. So anyway, actually, let's continue exploring this house, because it is actually quite big. Moving back into the house, man. We've been in the house for like 10 minutes already and seen like none of it. There's just so much. So coming around this first corner again, remember, we're in a house on a rock. So like there is so much rock. But there's also tree, birch. And there's just, again, so much stuff. Like, so much randomness. Again, I don't know how you would have gotten down here. There's no, like, staircase. There's something that feels, like, surreal about it because it's, like, it's almost like you're walking through an exhibit, but I don't think it was built as an exhibit, even though it kind of functions as it now. But, like, look at this big dragon thing and all these musical instruments. This is, like, one of the most boring parts. But then, again, I love that it is incorporated with the nature because it's, like, literally, if you know me, I love inside yet outside feeling places, and this is, like, the ultimate version of that because the inside is literally the outside. Like, this is actual, I'm not going to touch it, but that's actual, like, ground. This is an actual part of the rock structure and the trees going through, and they built around it. And I think that's partially what makes it so amazing to me, is how they did that. And, like, now you look at this. Like, it's getting crazy how big and open it is. And, like, there's a water feature in here. I'm assuming that's not a natural one, but it is amazing. Like, just look at both sides of this. There's, like, now that might be a little bit more natural. If you look up there, it looks like, given the staining on the rock, that actually might be, like, real water coming through. Because it looks like, you know, erosion a bit. But, like, there's so much to look around at here. And this, the house on the rock, the actual house here, like, there's not as much with the instruments and the quirkiness. A lot of that comes later. But it's the architecture here. It's the integration of the tree and the rock and an actual house. Just amazing, because like we're gonna go up here at some point, but at first it's not really clear how you get there, and that's what's so fun. I can see that there's an exit here, but I'm pretty sure that's not it. I think we follow the doors and the paths, there's signs as far as I can tell. But like just everything about it, every inch, everything feels amazing in here. I love that it feels like a maze, but a maze you can solve. And then you start looking closer and you see like how amazing these doors look. They're like intricate. They have patterns and things. It's not just a door. Again, that's why I kind of made fun of the door coming out earlier. But over here, you get this fun part. Now, this looks like it used to maybe be a staircase, but maybe it wasn't. I'm not 100% sure. But then you got this amazing, just like looking up, you got all these books, and it goes that way, and it's wonderful. And we're just going to keep going. This is a long shot, but there's no reason to stop the shot. So look at this, you come around the corner, you don't really know what you're gonna see. You got some more water features, everything about it, I just absolutely love. I can't get over how this place is built, how it feels it probably is a little tough if you're a little claustrophobic because it is kind of tight here. It does open up a lot more later, but it is dark and it is like moody and it is 70s basement galore with all the shag carpet here. I love this. But then look at like the openness. Why is it so open? Did they really cook on this? I don't know. You also got to watch your feet a little bit. It's all ramps mostly, but this is great. So this actually, you can see kind of the edge of it. That's actually, it's at an angle there and stuff. Again, there's a lot of Asian influence, I believe, in the construction and the architecture of this. But I love that this like is a bench couch chair thing, and you're just going around and you're not sure. Like you have to walk through the whole house to get to parts of the house. It's amazing. And so now we're back up on that level where I wasn't sure how we were gonna get there, and now we're there. Remember like 3 minutes ago? We're gonna go up here at some point. Memories. But like, look at this, got more open stoves, and you're just at the next level. And like, look at this table. What is this table doing? It cannot stop tabling. It is tabling too hard. So just want to get a look from the top of that area that we were looking at. Like again, I love that you can see how well it's integrated with like the what's like the ground and the trees, and you got the dripping water feature here, and it's just amazing because it is very cool in here. I have no idea how heating would have worked, but like there's a piano playing. And again, we were just down there a second ago, and it's absolutely amazing. And so now coming back over here, I just want to show this amazing like stained glass thing here. And again, all the Asian influence. And then we got this, it feels like there's just like oversized buckets for not a clear reason. I love it. But then we're at the top of that staircase where I thought there could have been. It does kind of look like, I can't fully tell, but anyway, here's another look at that bookcase and how high it goes. Like, how are you gonna get to those books? I don't see a ladder. I don't see nothing. This is wonderful. And look, it looks like we're gonna even go even farther up there. But before that, we're gonna go this way. Who knows what's gonna be there? I do, I've been here before, but you don't, so come along with me. Just wanna show you the top over here so you can see what we got going on right there. And then we'll keep going, and it's just amazing. I can't tell you how much I love this. Okay, now this is kind of one of their first collections that we're kind of seeing, but again, the collections get more collection-y, I promise you. Now we're going up to this section. Who even knows? Yeah, you can see that you used to be able to go down there. I'm pretty sure they built this to not have you go that way so they can control exactly how you go. But this is the part, it looks like, yeah, I think. Okay, so we're at another level. We're gonna be over there, I think, in a second. This is roped off. It looks like we're gonna go up these stairs. So my battery's about to die, so I'm gonna change the battery. And now that my battery is changed, I am ready to go upstairs. So anyway, here we go, going up the stairs. This is much better than when I went to the Bishop Castle. These stairs are normal stairs. That video's fun. Go watch that one. That's a good one. Anyway, but if you're still here, now we get to actually go outside. So yeah, I told you we get to go outside. First I want to show you these wonderful stained glass windows here. And then this is something I love that you get to do. So now we are at the top of the house on the rock and get to go outside and see beautiful, beautiful Wisconsin. Like, I love this. I got here on a really lucky day. You can actually see, excuse me, in the distance over here, those are some of the buildings I believe we're going to be walking to later. You can see how big they are. It gets crazy. Anyway, but look at this view. Look at this view on the top of the house on the rock. Oh my gosh. So there's not really too much to see up here other than these wonderful views, but just to kind of look back at where we just were, we came out of this entrance here. Again, not too much on this roof. It's pretty basic. Do got another one of those big plants there though. And then the tour continues back into the house. I just noticed actually while we're up here, you can actually see the roof of the house on the rock. A lot of this kind of like white plaster stuff. It looks like they even have some theming there, or like some of the stuff, but it's kind of hard to see through the trees. But this is actually right there. That's the top of the infinity room. So that's the infinity room that we were just in a few moments ago, hanging out, and now you're seeing the top of it. So it's just another fun angle. Again, you never really, because of how immersed it is in like the trees here, you never really get a full wide view of the house on the rock. So it's fun to kind of get those snippets, these different angles, and try to like piece it all together. So I gotta make sure I show you all them pieces. So we were about to go back in, but I found that there's actually another better angle of the top of that infinity room. So look at that. So you can actually see like the whole thing there. That is amazing. So you can see how it's kind of has this cable on the top. I guess that's part of the infrastructure to help it. Bird, can you please calm down? I'm trying to talk to the audience. Jeez. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Bird. I'm not usually rude to birds. Sorry about that. Anyway, there's the top of the infinity room. Why did I just have that spat with the bird? All right, back into the house on the rock, and this entryway is amazing. And I'm gonna watch my step while you watch the fun going down. So this one definitely is a little bit steeper. You got caution, use handrail, caution, 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 caution. So we just want to be a little careful as we're going in. It's not hard, it's just a regular staircase. They just want you to hold the handrail. So I think we're just coming back down where we were just a second ago. And again, I love seeing the angle of the wall there. I think that's great. You walk in here, yeah. So there's a rope right there. We just came up there a moment ago, but now we got this wonderful room. We got this amazing owl statue. And again, I think something that, again, is amazing to me is that everything is like intact. Nothing is like broken or bad. But what's fun about this, we got our first coin operated opportunity here. So let's go ahead and do that. So again, I bought a bunch of coins at the beginning. This does tell you a little bit what it is. So there is a short pause before playing. It says there's a slight delay when you put the token in, but let's go ahead and have it play. So slight delay. We're gonna be patient, and then I think it's gonna start playing in a second. There you go. That's great. You know me, Clutch loves pushing buttons, making things happen, and putting a token in a machine to make it play. Fantastic. That's awesome. So we're gonna let that play with some background music as we keep going around here to look at this magnificent table, give some people a free token run over there, this amazing lamp. This is huge, this huge mushroom thing. And I just love this table. And I love that couch bench thing there. That's awesome. I love this. And so let's see, where do we go? So we got these stairs here, and I'm pretty sure these stairs go to right here. That's it. Oh, it goes so you can peek in here. So I think there was an actual door in here, but I have an arm, and you can now see better than I can. So I'm gonna be a little far for a sec, but this is the whole room, so you can see it. I will look at it later. That's the beauty of filming with an extendo stick. Thank you, piano, for sending us off as we continue. So we're gonna go this way. Now it says to go down to the right, but you don't go to the right away. You actually have to go around and a left and then down. So that's a pro tip from Clutch. But before we do that, we're gonna go to the end of these hallways because there's some fun other angles to look at. So it's places we've actually technically kind of been before. So we earlier were up there, and I pointed out how like they block stuff off. So it looks like all you would be doing was coming down here and going this way. So I guess for whatever reason, maybe they just don't want you going that way as much. And then when we go back the other way, I don't think there's as much down this, but this is a full ultimate tour. We gotta show you everything. So yeah, just another dead end. But again, I love that it has that 70s Chicago basement vibe. I don't even know how best to describe it. But got some great windows here where you can see outside, and that's just wonderful. Anyway, we are now going to go down a little bit further, past some more amazing stained glass windows. And here we go, back down. Do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do. And it looks like we're going outside. I think that might be the end of the House on the Rock portion, the actual House on the Rock. Yep, this is it. That was it. So we continue, and we are now back where we started. All right, I forget how abruptly the House on the Rock ends there, but now we're gonna go along to section 2, which has a lot more stuff. Like, this is truly just the beginning. So we'll say goodbye for now to the House on the Rock. That was section 1, as I said, and now we're gonna go back down this long way. We're gonna get to section 2. You've already been on this, so I will catch you up once we get to the absolute exciting next part, where let me just say, everything will be coming up. Millhouse. I was gonna say Millhouse, but we're not actually at the Millhouse yet. And it's because we're not at the Millhouse, the joke was ruined. I forgot that before. You get to see the outside of the gatehouse. So I just wanted to show that as well because this is really cool. So this is back to the gatehouse, and you can actually, if you get close, you can hear the music that was playing in there from earlier. Remember? Gosh, this makes me so happy. Yeah, you remember. So this is cool. This is the outside of that. So it gives you kind of a better, again, idea of what, this is kind of what the outside of the House on the Rock looks like as well. So, it's like from, if you were to actually be on the, walk around the outside, but this is just walking around the gatehouse. We're actually going to continue a little farther along to get to the actual proper start of section 2. So we just kind of walk through the main hub, if you will, where like we started, went to section 1, now we're on section 2 and 3, so we're going to go on this ramp. And so this is the mill house. The joke would have worked much better if I didn't have to put that other shot in there. But I couldn't wait, I had to show you that. It would have been weird to go back. I want to show you in order and it's happening. So anyway, start of section 2. It's an area called the Mill House. And again, so Alex Jordan, as far as I know, just kept building. And so this isn't as much anymore of like a living place. It is more now collections upon collections and interesting, almost like inside yet outside feelings. You can see, Mill House. And obviously it's called the Mill House because we have a giant mill here. It's like going to Dollywood and getting cinnamon bread. And now let's go into the Mill House. This is when the house really starts to get fun and bizarre. This door is great. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's actually jutted out like a slight angle. I think it goes in. Yep. Ooh, and there we start. And again, it still feels kind of like a house, but there's now just like collections upon collections. Like, look at this. Look, there's all this taxidermy here. There's a bunch of interesting guns up there. There's a bunch of these like paperweights down here. Oh, this is cool. You can kind of see the actual other side of the mill from out here, so that's great. And over here, another where you can put a token. So this is a grand music box. There's a million of these. I'm going to show you a lot of them. Someone already put a token in, so I got a freebie out of this one. That's apparently one of their pro tips is find someone who definitely got a lot of tokens, like Clutch, and just follow them around, and you won't have to spend as much. But if no one is around, they do have the machines to get you the tokens. Now, they did say, I forgot to mention earlier, that these machines that you find only take $1 bills, so make sure you have $1 bills in advance. At the front is where you can get the best deals for more stuff. So let's keep looking around the craziness of the Mill House. So again, don't normally like to show going in bathrooms, but the bathrooms here have stuff. I've checked, no one else is in here. But like, look, you just walk in and there's a whole case of trains and a whole case of really interesting sewing machines. Look at these things, it's crazy. And then here, they have just one of these, but it's a clutch. Ha! So over here we have like a crazy collections of guns. And again, it's not just like going to a place that has a gun collection. Like, look at these things. You've heard of like a 6-shooter. This is like, look at that one there. That's like a 12 shooter. That one's like a 24 shooter. This is amazing, like just what's here? And again, they kind of present it without context. I don't know what it is, I don't know where it's from, and for Clutch, that makes it a lot easier to kind of talk about because I'm bad at like reading the information and telling you about it, so that's what I love about House on the Rock is it's really just a place to look at a lot of stuff. Like, this looks like a paint gun. It reminds me of Homer's paint gun when he tried to invent a paint gun or a makeup gun that he shot Marge in the face with. That's a deep cut reference to The Simpsons there. Got a couple neat blunderbusses over here. Blunderbus-eye, blunderboxin'. Oh, this is a really cool section for Clutch. I love this. This looks like it's a bunch of metallic banks. Like if you look close, these are all like you'd like put the hand in the clown's hand and it goes in his mouth. I think a lot of these look like you put it in Uncle Sam's hand there and it would go in. So these just look like old mechanical banks. Again, collections upon collections upon collections. It's amazing. And then what's interesting is if you just look around the other way, for some reason, just like it's like a dungeon. It's like a dungeon. There's armor and there's swords and there's a big cauldron. It's just the architecture. This isn't even the House on the Rock anymore. Remember, this is just now other houses on other rocks, I guess. So let's go down a little bit more over here to look. So like you can't walk down in that one. They cover the stairs there, but here's just another angle of that room. I just love it. It's just like, what did they use it for? Just to sit and stay warm? To throw parties? Do they have some fun parties? Nobody knows. Alex Jordan, tell me your secrets. So over here we got a fun music machine. We're gonna see so many of them. This one isn't working, but I just wanted to show that like it has the fun rotating tines and things that plays the horns and the drum up there. But then you're starting to get the vibe of what we're gonna see in just a moment. It kind of becomes like a store all of a sudden, like a storefront. Like, what is that? What it is amazing. It's gonna be the streets of yesterday we're gonna see in just a moment. Some people have played one of the many fun things you can play over there, but I just wanna show you that this is just full of creepy dolls. Creepy doll, creepy doll, creepy doll. And then if you go over here, more creepy doll, more creepy doll, more creepy doll. So many creepy dolls. Next to all the creepy dolls, we got this little indented room. There's not too much here. It looks like there's an exit. There's a fun clock, and then obviously a big thing for us to play. I know we kind of heard in the background before, but I got a token. This is called the Seaberg. Let's hear this a little bit. Boop. I just love seeing all the mechanics move. Oh yeah, there you go. Yes. And look close at how it all goes. I think what I love about this is how it's actual real music being played. It's not just a record. That's incredible. And the fact that it looks like this is from 1921 there, the fact that this is maintained and still works is just, that's what's unbelievable about this place. How much still works. Like, just look at the way that moves. That is awesome. I love this. But now, on to the next part, the streets of yesterday. This is another one of the best reveals of the entire place, like the Infinity Room. If you don't know what this is, you're about to be surprised. So, oh, we're not there quite yet. First we get some more collections. No, these are actual Fabergé eggs. Okay, a lot there. You know, don't mean to like spoil you or like try to tease you like this. I keep thinking it's actually the absolute next thing and then it's not. But then there's more to show and I gotta show you more. So, Streets of Yesterday is coming up. I'll make sure that's a fun reveal. But until we get there, we do have the Dying Drunkard. So this is the Dying Drunkard. We're gonna see what he's all about. Ready? Here we go. Let's see. Oh, yep. He's dying and a skeleton's coming after him. Okay, that's nice. Okay, the devil's coming after him. That's awesome. And then, oh my gosh, I love this. This is like just simple mechanics, very simple animatronic. Oh, there's another guy down there. Do you see him? That's ridiculous. Oh, someone's doing another machine over there. This is great. It's just like a little diorama, and it's just like simple things opening. And I love that it has the very simple title of the Dying Drunkard, and that just feels unique and special, and not something that would be purposely made today. So just looking at the window on the other side, there's some fun stuff in here. Again, wanting to show you absolutely everything. That's the intention here, is to give you a full experience here. And there is this other machine that I told you a second ago. We heard it around. I guess you can shake his hand. Oh, I didn't even have to put a token in. What's gonna happen? What's Clutch gonna get today? Do I have to let go? Do I have to let go? And no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Stop! Stop. Slow down. And then stop. What am I? Who am I? I am patriotic. Go America, go, I guess. Okay, so that room was a lot more fun than I thought it would be, but now to the actual streets of yesterday. Look at this. It's a whole Main Street USA inside of a building. This is when the House of the Rock really just opens up and becomes like, what are you even doing here? What is happening? Why did he build this? And how come I can't have one for myself? Like, this is amazing. So this is gonna take us a bit to go through. There is so much to look at. There's a few things to do. It kind of feels Pioneer Village like, some of them. I don't think you can really walk inside a lot of this, but you can, like, all these facades have stuff in to look at. So there is so much. Like, it's an entire street. It's incredible. So we're gonna give you a big ol' once over of this place, because it is just fantastic what we have here. So to begin, we have another one of these ladies up here. I think this is not the last time we'll see one of these. But then we also have the Magician. This is another coin-operated thing. So let's go ahead, put that in, see what happens. Oh, nothing there. Okay. Still nothing there. And still nothing there. I think this one might actually not be fully functioning. But I guess I paid a token for a lot of creepy laughter. So we just started up there, we went down the ramp, and now I'm gonna come, there's the Magician, I'm gonna go to the back corner over here. So first, the fire station. Look at the fire station. Like, it's all decked out to look like a fire station. They got an old fire kind of truck type of situation there. They got a big old fake dog here. People in the middle playing poker. I think that's one of the things I love so much about this. It's like the attention to detail. It's all static at this point, but it feels very alive. I love that. So let's walk out here, and you got, let's see, J. Grubb's Toys and Games and Dolls. So again, just fun facades, make it feel very alive. And I just love that the streets of yesterday have all this. So there's another thing down here, some more toys, and that's really all there is in this corner. But again, this section is really just about like the actual ambiance of the streets of yesterday and feeling all of that energy, and then looking in all of those windows. And here's kind of a clock light hybrid store. There's some weird things in here if you really look deep. Like, look at that thing. That's a heck of a clock right there. But these, I don't even know. I just love that we got all these things here. I'm gonna go across the way and check out, we got a barber shop. Might as well look in the barber shop. Barbering away. It does feel like it could use a mannequin or two. Like, they have a lot. I know they have mannequins here, so it's interesting that we don't have them at this moment. Let's go to this next one. We got an apothecary. Ooh, this is kind of fun because it kind of goes in a little bit. So, like 1,000,000 bottles. Look at all these bottles. It's like, again, did you think this is what we were gonna see when we started? Well, it is now. Well, it is. It's just collections upon collections. It's amazing. You're hearing some fun stuff in the distance that we're gonna see in just a moment, but like, I just love looking at this. Like, I'm doing a full version for you, like really taking my time, but like, this could be something that lasts so much longer than even I'm looking at. Let's see what we got over here. We got Gunter Kolskopf, the wood carver. So a lot of wood toys here. This seems like a Geppetto shop, if you were to ask me. But like, I love the variety and just all the work here. Like, look at that. They try to make it that outside get inside feeling by like incorporating, I think this is a real tree here, incorporating that into the environment. And like that, it goes up almost 2 stories. I don't think there's a lot with forced perspective as much, but it is amazing. So I think this is all very, very cool. But we still got a few more shops to look in. Oh, I passed this one up by accident. Here's the sheriff office. I just want to kind of show you that, the sheriff office here. For some reason, there's a hand in a jail. Anyway, and they got a jail in there. It's like being in a walk around amusement park. Okay, so you did see the hand, right? But did you already see what I just saw? There's also a head. He's not gonna get ahead in life. Continuing on this way, I told you we'd see more of these. It's not the end of that. And there's just all this china, which is not as interesting, but it is me. I don't know. It just doesn't get me as much as some other things. But there's so many things to look at, and actually we're coming up to another little thing to try. This is a Sultan and the Necromancer. Let's try the Sultan and the Necromancer. Let's put the coin in, see what happens. What do you got for me, Sultan and Necromancer? You're very quiet, Sultan Necromancer. So he's doing that. He's just moving a little bit. Some of these are definitely more interesting than others. I don't know how interesting they're going to be until I put my token in. So you're going along for the ride with me. This is great. They make it again like a real street. They got a hot popcorn and peanuts, and like it's a whole cart here, and they got like fake peanuts. I'm assuming fake Cracker Jacks things. I think that's just great. And then, well, this is kind of a tease to where we're going. That's the music of yesterday. You can see there's a rope here. We're actually gonna get there in quite a while. We have a lot more to get to before there, but that whole section, I say it often here because it's one of the best sections, but every section's one of the best sections. Anyway, looks like here we got a horseless carriage type of thing. Oh, they meant a car. Making sure every nook and cranny is uncovered, just like an English muffin. So gonna go up these steps to show you this little place in here. We got a lamp store, but not just any lamps. Crazy, intricate, wonderful lamps. Look at these. So much wonderful lamp and lampness and lamposity. Or luminosity? That would have made more sense, Clutch. So as we continue along in the streets of yesteryear, it's hard to not spoil some of it, because there's some people playing with, it's getting a little crowded here, but I want to go in this corner over here for a sec, because there's a fun taxidermist in the corner, and that's something fun, is if you go in, like between the places, you kind of miss it. So there's a taxidermist over here in this little corner, and then you look in here, and it is mostly dead bullfrogs. This place is whackety schmackety doo. Okay, so someone just put a quarter or a coin in the big, humongous, colossal, gigantic calliope. So we're gonna go check this out. Check this thing out. It's huge. It's incredible. I love this thing. It's gigantic, and there's so many instruments being played. Let me try to get a little closer for you here. I'm gonna sneak over here. And this is one of the most amazing pieces that they have here. It's like they actually have wind come through and blow into these to actually make the music. And I love that they have the animatronic band here. This is one of the best parts. So it is getting more crowded, so I'm going to be jumping around a little bit just to like navigate the crowds, but it is wonderful. It's like being at a theme park. This music just gives you such a strong theme park feeling. And that's why Calliope music is the best. There's just this big box thing that is amazing. This is the blacksmith. It's kind of running already still. So you can see that we got the horse and carriage, and there's a mine up there with like dwarves and stuff and going up. Not everything seems to be moving because some of this is not moving there, but just this one is a huge one, and it is really cool. These are fantastic. And next to that Calliope, you probably already saw it in the distance, but they have this behemoth of a thing. It says at the top, the Peter H. Burno, mighty in strength and endurance. Doesn't say what it is. Again, one of those things, I don't know what it's actually for. Maybe it was to pull the Calliope. That would make sense, but it looks like a humongous train engine tractor thing, and it is just a behemoth. This thing is incredible. I love this thing. So we got another one of those big box areas here. This one's called the Hillbilly. Let's get that in motion. Let's see what happens. So hillbilly coming to town, and this is moving down here, looks like. So I don't know if it's gonna go up and start telling the story or what, but I'm loving this. The size of this is just huge compared to the other ones. So right now we just got stuff happening down here. I don't know if it's gonna keep going. Because, oh no, we got a little bit of motion way up there. It's kind of hard with the glare, but there is some stuff happening. Not much. And someone started the Calliope again, so it's gonna get loud. So anyway, just wanted to show you that as well. Not as much motion with this one, but it is still again, the size of it is just impressive. Very impressive. As the Calliope blasts us out of the streets of yesterday, it's now time to go to the next section. One of the most impressive rooms to enter, honestly. They're all impressive. It's the Heritage of the Sea entrance. So the Heritage of the Sea is very nautical and such. If you don't know what we're about to see, that's funny. It is quite crazy what's in this room. It's the main feature is the whole thing. If you've seen American Gods, I believe you might recognize some of what we're about to see. I can't stop saying see, hilarious. So we're gonna walk up. You're gonna kind of see, again, sorry for the tease, but we're giving you a bit of a tease of what we're about to see. So here's a model actually of this humongous boat and this ginormous whale fighting a ginormous squid with a guy in a boat down there. Actually, I think the guy is not in the boat currently, so it's just a boat. But anyway, so this is actually a tease of what we're about to see. So immediate spoilers? I don't mean to keep doing that. So again, Heritage of the Sea, Heritage of the Sea. So many sea-based activities. Got a cannon, got a ship, got a thing. But again, time for the biggest reveal. I have to speak over it a little bit because of the music, but look at this. This is a 4-story tall whale fighting a squid. And there's the man in the boat as I thought he would be. And you get to walk all the way around here. You get to go up in certain ways. There's, I think, actually a few different possible routes that you can take to get out of this room, but like, look at the size of this whale. Apparently from the tail all the way to the tip, apparently that is longer than the height of the Statue of Liberty. That's what I've been told, and that's what I'm saying to you. This, just a room to stand in, is one of the most incredible sights to see. Look at this. We're gonna go up. We're gonna get some amazing other angles. But before we actually start going all the way up and seeing also all this sea heritage, we got a few things over here to see. What do you got there? Upon closer inspection, it's an octopus's garden. It was obviously just playing a lot of music, and now it's not playing a lot of music, but I love that, again, animatronics, these, you put in the token there to make it play. There's the actual, it's like living under the sea, you know, because darling, it's better downward sweater. Take it from me. And just so you can kind of hear the octopus's garden going a little there, because I had heard it, and I don't know if because this is more copyrighted music, I gotta speak over this one, but I wanted you to see it in action a little bit more. So you got clams singing, you got drums playing, you got young kids hip hop beat bopping. I'm a millennial, I don't know what they do these days. So if you don't want to go on all these big ramps and go all the way through, what I was talking about, there's like a different way to go. You can go through these halls. This is the upper level bypass. So if you don't want to go on all the ramps, you don't want to see all the heritage of the sea, you can go this way to get to the next section. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go up and down these hallways just to see what's there, and then we'll go up around the ramps. So going into that upper level bypass hall, just to show you what we have here, it looks like we have a lot of like intricate art on, looks like probably whalebone if I had to guess. I don't know how, again, I don't know how authentic some of this is, because I know there's some interesting stuff with that to consider. There's stuff so much in these hallways. There's a lot to show. So I'm gonna kind of like point out what's really interesting, or at least to me, or what catches my eye. Everything's interesting. Like there's just a million cute little teddy bears here. Again, sometimes it's collections upon collections. I think if I had to kind of guess, this is not as like, since this is the bypass, I think they probably don't make this as magnanimous, but I guess that's your own opinion. Because like, look at this, USS Choctaw. This thing in the middle here, what is, it's like a submarine boat thing. I love, again, they don't actually explain what you're looking at, and that's what kind of makes it fun, is you're not totally sure what it is, why it is, and that's fun. I love it. So it looks like we have over here, what do we got? Looks like spittoons. I think this is a collection of spittoons. Yeah, because there's cigars here, so that would make sense that it would be a collection of spittoons. You didn't think you were going to see a collection of spittoons today, but now Clutch has taken you to see a collection of spittoons. So I'm not going to go too far down this hallway since it kind of just goes into the next section. But we got all these, I guess, doll head vases. They actually tell you who you got it from. They acquire these doll head vases from Elise E. Vedder? Okay. Oh, you thought it was just one case of doll heads. Why did you think that? It's more than that. And no, it's not just 2 cases. No, it's in fact not just 3 cases. No, it's not just 3 cases. It's actually a total of 4 cases of doll heads. That is what we needed. 4, no more, no less. Across from all those crazy doll heads is this amazing, amazing carriage. This reminds me of like something you'd find at the Haunted Mansion, and I absolutely just think this is so cool. I like that there's also moose heads and deer heads all behind here. I don't know why. I don't care why. I just love it. I think this is just an awesome, awesome looking carriage. So it's worth it to just come down the bypass hallway just to see that. If you go there, that's actually where we'll end up eventually, so we're not gonna go through there. We're gonna go now back through the other side of that upper bypass hallway. Again, this place is huge. Full tour. So going back down that upper bypass hallway, we are on the other side of this crazy ship thing. They got all these fun camera things. A lot of like, it looks like you got some Polaroids back there, some other interesting things. I wonder if we can find a magic cube. If they have a magic cube, oh no, I think they do, look at that. Magic cubes, they got magic cubes. This place is amazing. If you don't know what magic cubes are, they're like a multi-use flash from cameras back in the day. They're this really nifty, weird old technology. I've talked about it actually in my Pioneer Village video. I actually mentioned this place in that video. You can watch that one right about meow. That is a wonderful place, but I talked in that video, and I'll talk here about how I love old kind of machinery or like old technology and seeing it, and I just think it's so cool what people used to do and think of. So this is really cool. And then we got one more thing over here. More and more collections. This looks to be all different lighters. You might not realize at first, but like these are all like different lighters. That's cool. There's grenade lighters, there's cannon lighters, a lot of different branded lighters, there's gun lighters, of course. This is awesome. I like this. Oh, so this is from the, again, sometimes they say who it's from, but it just says from the collection of Mr. and Mrs. Kenneth McGuire. It doesn't even tell you fully what you're looking at, other than it's their collection of spittoons and lighters. So the upper bypass is basically spittoons and tobacco. This is cool to me. There's a million cool lighters, but this one is neat because this says, it's kind of hard to see with the glare, but it says Marriott's Great America, and that's what I believe Six Flags Great America was called before they were Six Flags. So that's just a cool little random piece of memorabilia. So back in the Heritage of the Sea, obviously, while the Octopus Guard playing again, everyone loves the Octopus Guard. Just want to get you a closer look of the man in the boat who's definitely about to die, because now I'm right under this big ol', you can see the inside of his mouth here. If you actually go up, you can see, you're gonna get there. We're gonna get some amazing angles. So now let's start going up this humongous ramp. So as we start going up the Heritage of the Sea section, I just want to kind of say that this is probably Clutch's not favorite part. A lot of it's just like looking at cases as you go around, but the best part about it, I mean, I'm going to show you a bunch in the cases. We're probably not going to linger too long, but it's just the constant angles you get of this guy. I mean, this is the bottom of the octopus here. I've only gone just a little bit, not that far, and just it's just amazing they build this whole waterscape in here with that. Like, you can never, it's like the house on the rock itself. You never really see the full thing from a great view. So it's just interesting to constantly get new and different angles and look at this big monster battle in the ocean. So that's the big draw of this section, but I'll show you some of the stuff that's in the cases here, as it's pretty great, because like you look around here and you got this really large, I'm assuming this is Poseidon. He seems to be a guardian of the sea of the USS Wisconsin here. So that's the only explanation for that guy. So I'm, again, just at the top of that first major ramp there, but now you can see the other side of that great octopus thing, and you can really kind of get, I'm trying my best to really help you see how good of an angle you can get of, like, you can see that monster, that guy there, that whale going crazy. And I love that they have all these seagulls like being disrupted by that, and just the attention to like the detail with the waves crashing and like the barnacles on his body. Like, just looking at this thing is one of the best parts. So it's ironic that like the room itself is not the most interesting to me, but what's in the center of it is close to the top part of this entire experience. So kind of going up, now we're at the kind of the second layer. I like this where it gets a little kind of tighter. There's some actually pretty cool, I mean, again, all these ships are great, but it's just a lot of nautical stuff without a lot of explanation, and it's really cool to see these models. And they actually have some cool kind of, it's not art, but I mean, yes, what is art? Who knows what it's just pictures. I was gonna say, like, it's not necessarily paintings. What am I even trying to say, Clutch? It's all beautiful, I love it. Anyway, there's this fun tunnel here that you get to go in, so I kind of want to show a tunnel because Clutch loves tunnels. And there's some more just like Looks like some more bone whale, yeah, some whalebone stuff, things like that. That actually kind of looks like a narwhal spear, if I know my narwhals. I don't know. Anyway, gonna show you just a few more of this because again, I kind of like that there was an overhang here. And it was kind of a cool angle, and then I wanted to give you the bit of the reveal of what this new angle of our big friend looks like. Not much. I thought we were coming to a better angle. We will get better angles. This is just his chin. There's your good angle. Look at that. Look at that. That's amazing. It kind of just seemed like cresting the water almost. Oh, this is cool. But what's kind of neat, right across from him here, we have a humongous model of the Titanic. And not only is it the Titanic in the ocean, it's like the Titanic as it's being struck by the iceberg. Too soon, House on the Rock. Because now this is a boat on the rock. So this is one of the most fun angles of this entire whale. Like you come up here and you get to see inside of his mouth a little bit better. Oh my God, the octopus's garden again. I hope the glare isn't too bad on here, but like you can actually, there's glass here now. I don't remember there being glass here, there probably was. But you can see in his mouth a little bit and like you can kind of see, let's see if we can get it there. He's got like debris in his mouth, like he just ate a boat and it's just, like it's crazy. Look at this. Look at these teeth. Look how huge this is. It's insane. I love this. This is absolutely better. There you can kind of see the boat a little better there. The octopus's guard, it does. I want to stop octopusing. So, but we got, again, on the other side, a bunch of ships, things like that. Now I'm going to be careful here, but like, again, you can see now we're up to his eye. But like, it's just an amazing angle here. And now you can see down where we were, there's the octopus's garden. And there's the octopuses fighting the whale here, and it's amazing. And we're gonna keep going up this ramp a little bit more. I think this ramp does go to a dead end. I didn't show it on the camera just yet, but you continue, I believe, back at near the Titanic. I obviously see it in a sec, but as I keep walking up here, another fun angle. I think, again, what I love about this room is you just keep getting higher and higher. You start seeing the flipper better, you start seeing the tail better, you just get like all these fun angles. So as much fun as it is to look at all these cool boats that are on this side over here, it's really, to me, the Heritage of the Sea section about this humongous thing in the middle here. Like, the idea that this is taller than the Statue of Liberty is crazy to me, because like walking it kind of horizontally doesn't feel as tall as what I guess the Statue of Liberty feels like. But anyway, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna go to the end to at least see everything on the top here. Probably get you a couple more views. These ships in particular seem quite intricate, and I love that down at the bottom here. We do have some ships in bottles, as well as humongous ships. And I don't know, this thing in particular, I don't know why. I really like it. It looks like something you'd find in a Legend of Zelda game for some reason. And then I did just want to show you this section because I got freaked out by something, and I want you to be there with me as we get freaked out by the scariest and most bizarre scuba diver in the entire world. That is a demonic man. Getting pretty close to the top of the Heritage of the Sea. I did like this submarine they have. It looks like it's a Soviet submarine, but I like that they have like the little cutouts here so you can kind of see inside and see the inner workings of it. I've been on a few ships where you can see the actual like engines and things, and I know nothing about it, but I just think the sheer ability of man sometimes is astounding, and how they build things. So like just seeing the inner workings of something of that scale is always very cool to me. But now that we are across from our good friend Mr. Whale at the very top here, another amazing angle. I love this. And then again, going back to our cases here, this is an extra special ship. This, again, and I say that just because I noticed it. It speaks to me. I just feel like it's larger, it's bigger, it is just super ornate, and I just find that very cool. Okay, this one's even cooler. There's colors and it's pretty and it looks kind of like it's very Pirates of the Caribbean like, and that's what got me. Anyway, look at this thing. It's huge. I don't even know how they would have gotten it up here, but it's just awesome. And I just wanted to show it to you because there's cannons and there's the thing that spins to make things happen, and it's cool. And here's a compass. Check out that compass. So we're now at the way tippy top with this amazing view of this amazing beast. Probably gonna have to get a few selfies in there. But now that that's taken care of, there's a few more things to look at over here. There's some ships and things like that, but I did mention before, like, this is actually technically a dead end. So you do come all the way up here to like check out a few more things up here, but there's actually a sign that I'll show you in just a sec of that, like, letting you know, like, this is the end of the ramp. These are cool, definitely worth it to come up here, especially to get the angle of this beast right here. But I just want to show you this. There's a sign right here that says return down ramp to continue the tour. So we do have to go back down kind of like halfway. It's actually, there's the Titanic hitting the iceberg right there, and that's actually where you exit from the Heritage of the Sea section. But before we go back down, look at this guy. Look at it. Look at that. Look at, you can just see it right in his mouth. Like, every angle is interesting. That's what's great about climbing up here, is that you can't see the whole thing from one place. And so you just have to go around and get a lot of weird, interesting angles, and here's one of them. As I am walking back down, I just want to show some more of the really awesome angles here, but a couple other fun things I noticed. It might be hard to hear because the music's finally stopped, but waves are crashing. You might be able to hear waves crashing there. Yeah, it might be a little hard, but they are there. And then also at the way top, I didn't notice that before. I thought that was just part of the fins. No, that's the visual of the wave crashing. So again, it's fun to go up, and then it's fun to come back down, because you continually get some just amazing, amazing viewpoints and angles and perspectives. And that's what life is all about. Getting different perspectives. Wow, getting deep there, Clutch. And in the Heritage of the Sea section, that checks out. So coming down that big old ramp, you can see there's actually, so as the Octopus's Guard is playing yet again. Oh my God, I've heard it now 1,500 times. At the end of this ramp, you come back down again. You don't have to go all the way up to the top if you don't want to. It is great. Oh, I'm just noticing there's like stuff on the top there. Look at that, I keep discovering stuff. Anyway, we continue this way to go to the next section. You continue, and then after you continue, I don't know about you, but I think we need to continue. So you get kind of a basic hallway here, and I believe the next section is a tribute to nostalgia. I'm gonna look at the map for this one as we're walking. Look at the hallway. Look at the hallway. Let's see. I'm looking at the map. Yeah, tribute to nostalgia. Good memory, Clutch. So this is so far the most boring hallway in the entire House on the Rock. But if you remember, we went through the bypass. There was that cool carriage. But now you also have a second really cool carriage here, so definitely worth going through both things to like check it out. There's some fun stuff on the walls. There is kind of circusy. There's actually an entire circus section coming up later in the third section, so that's going to be crazy. But now we'll go to here, and we will be entering the tribute to nostalgia. So this room has some hot air balloons. This feels kind of like you're at the land at Epcot at first because of that. Like, look at this. It's like they got explorers in there and things like that. So this room is just amazing in its size. This, I will say, as we go through it, you'll see this one feels a little bit more random. They say tribute to nostalgia. It just feels like a bunch of kind of random-ish stuff, but it's still all great. And this is actually where you can get lunch, which I'll be getting in a little bit. But like, look at this. I love trains. You know I love trains. I have many videos about trains, but something I love about trains is seeing stock certificates in train companies. I just love the way they are built. They feel like they're really humongous dollar bills, and I find that very cool. And I didn't know I was going to talk about that right now, but here we are. Anyway, still going down because I want to show you, like, there's bicycles up there, there's kites up here. There's so much fun stuff. We're obviously going to go down there and I'll show you everything that's there, but it's really just a nostalgia thing. Oh, we got a lot of like marionette puppets over here, masks over here. It's, again, collections upon collections. When I told you it was collections of collections, I wasn't kidding. So yeah, we're going to go down here. We're going to keep going on this big old ramp. Again, if you did the upper bypass, you would not be seeing this. So just keep that in mind. If you want to see what I'm looking at right now, you got to go up at least halfway in the Heritage of the Sea. But there's a lot of interesting stuff down here that we're going to check out. And once we get to some more relatively interesting stuff, probably that, I will meet up with you. So at the end of that ramp, or not really the end, but like midway down, we get like some of the doors that like we're on the house. And I like that this blue lights everywhere. I think that's cool. But then a lot of just model trucks, things like that. Again, this is the type of stuff where I could like stand here for a really long time. Like, to me, I'm giving you the fullest tour possible without lingering. I think I should put a big asterisk in my video about, like, it's the full ultimate tour without lingering. But because, like, if I showed you every little thing, it would take multiple days to probably do this, because there's so much to look at. But that's what's great about it. I do want to point out this, because I love Lionel trains. I love the blue with the orange, so that's just, I love model trains. That's again, trains, miniatures, big thing for me that I love. So I wanted to show you that one, but like, just great collections upon collections. And then this, I very much enjoyed this right here, because this is meant to represent a Rube Goldberg machine. I love Rube Goldberg machines. If you're not, let me get a closer look there. If you're not really sure what a Rube Goldberg machine is, you've probably seen them before, understood it. It's basically when, it says it right here, of, pertaining to, or being a contrivance that brings about by complicated means what apparently could be accomplished simply. So basically, it's making a machine that does something simple, but it's really complicated to make it done. Think the beginning of Pee-wee's Big Adventure when he makes breakfast. That's a big old Rube Goldberg machine. Think the beginning of Back to the Future when some of the when like the clocks are going off and things are happening. Like, those are Rube Goldberg machines. Anything where like balls are going and setting off stuff and like things move. Look up Rube Goldberg on YouTube, and it does stuff. So like this, I've never seen this work, so I don't think it does. But you can see like there's strings. There's like a bird might be pulled here. Looks like that guy would blow something and make something happen. Like, it looks like it is moving slightly, like this air valve would move. Oh, so there's motion, but it's not doing a big Rube Goldberg thing. You know, I've never actually seen this move at all, so this is great. So it's giving you the idea, like, the string would move, the chicken would lay an egg, the egg would cause that. Hey, it's actually doing stuff. Wow, I've never seen this actually work. This is so exciting. So it'd be like, yeah, again, like the egg would lay, which would cause the hand to push the button, which caused that to light up, which causes this to go over here. This is great. I mean, this is not as representative of what a Rube Goldberg in action would look like, but at least it's moving. See, that's what's great about the House on the Rock. They constantly are making it so that things are not defunct. They are actually active. And I've been here 3 times. This is the first time I've actually seen it move. So that was great. Anyway, again, you're probably seeing in the background lots of fun stuff. Let's go down and figure out what all that fun stuff is. It's a wall of Burma shave. All right, made it to the bottom of the ramp. Let's see what we got down here. We got the Throne of Passion. I'm not gonna even try it. All right, we'll go in there in a sec, but I want to go around first. We also have a humor tester. I just wanted to show it to you. It's a little hard for me to show me doing it, but you got a fun humor tester, and it does look like, again, you could put a token in there to get it. So that's pretty good. And then it looks like around here we got some fun vehicles. So I know there's some really cool stuff on the other side that we'll get to in a sec, but like, this is the bottom of that Rube Goldberg machine, that big thing. Right now it just looks like some random wagons. Still cool. Still like the random wagons. But let's see what else. We got an old car over here. Oh, but this is nice. We got a tiled little car. Humongous, kind of looks like a Calliope organ thing, but I don't think this one works. So, not sure what's going on. Now but over here is where it gets cool. First we got a hearse. Very, very, very much like Haunted Mansion. But then this over here, this is the big one. Steam-powered hearse. Look at this thing. It's got a humongous, like, steam engine on the front. I'm assuming steam. I don't actually know. I'm not an engineer. But, like, and then it's got the back there. That's just fantastic. That's awesome. But then we got this tiled car over here that just looks really cool. And it actually has an explanation. It's a tile car. The tile car from Art Donaldson's personal collection. So this was a 1963 Lincoln Continental with suicide doors. If you know what that means, you know what that means. And we got a popcorn wagon here. It looks like a big old wagon. It's got like popcorn stuff in the back. And then we got the stagecoach over here. And what's fun, like from this angle, I like this angle right here. This one in particular, because it kind of feels like it's got that inside yet outside feeling with the trees and the buildings. And I like this little touch here where the tree is going through the roof there. Again, I love the way they incorporated, I think, the actual terrain into this building. It looks like it's actually going through for some of it. That one, these are not. But it just feels like now I'm in this sort of little village. Like, look at this. It's a sort of little village. Let's check out the sort of little village. Okay, we're in the sort of little village now, and it kind of has a Swiss vibe to me, and I say it has a Swiss vibe because this looks like a fountain to me. That one of the few countries outside of America I've been to is Switzerland, and there's fountains everywhere. And this looks like one of them where you could just like, you could take, like they're in public, and you just take your glass or your water bottle, fill it up. That's what that looks like to me, and I love that. So this, yeah, look at this. And you go this way, it's just great. If it's not Swiss, tell me where it's actually from. It probably could be any European city. I just haven't been to much of Europe yet. I'm going to fix that soon. Walking back to that camera shop, again, there's the popcorn carousel popcorn carriage there, and so this looks like a camera shop of sorts where there's a lot of just old cameras. I love this. Looks like you could see someone doing the hoochie coochie right there. That's a Carousel Progress reference. I'm not weird. Anyway, I guess I am weird. I don't know. I love this. I love seeing all these old cameras and seeing it all like in one place where you can kind of compare side by side what they look like. That's something I like about collections, especially ones that go through like the years and different times, is really seeing like side by side what they look like or how they evolved. Now this has a lot more signs in the back than most places, so they're really explaining it more than they usually do. And down here you got some viewfinders, which is pretty cool. Like lots of stuff. Now this makes me feel like I'm looking at the Harold Warp's Pioneer Village more than other places. Like that's a big like feeling of what this place is like all those collections. Well, let me just show this middle part here. Middle part. More cameras. These are kind of cool. These are older. I don't know. I think these big things are just, look at that. That's crazy. Anyway. That's pretty much everything in the nostalgia, the tribute to nostalgia area. But so just a couple more things to point out over here though, and then we're gonna go to the next section. So it's at this point where you can get actual food. So this is a good point if you've been watching the whole thing. I'm gonna check my clockometer in my pocket here. And we are about 2.5 hours into this. Now I'm going a little slower because I'm filming everything. You could probably go a lot faster, but so just to give you an idea of where we are, so there's actual ice cream here, where you can, like, this is real ice cream that you can get, and then over here, the tour actually does continue in this area, but this is also where you can get food. So you'll notice there's like a ramp up there. That's where the bypass for the Heritage of the Sea would have come out. It would have come out here, but then again, the actual tour continues this way, but this is also where you can get lunch. So they actually have a small little shop over here, or cafe. I don't know what you want to call it. It's not super dense with options, but to show you, it's a lot of pizza by the slice. They have brats, hot dogs, chicken salad sandwich, some basic stuff there. So nothing too complicated. So not gonna linger here too much. I do like that they have all these great like Circus humongous posters on the wall. Those are great. And just the vibe in here is fun. It does smell like cheap pizza in here, I must say. But we're gonna get some lunch, and I'll see you once we go to the next part. So lunch was pretty good. That pizza was hefty, and it tasted pretty okay. I mean, definitely nothing special, but it wasn't bad. It was quite substantial. Anyway, now we get to go back to the House on the Rock tour, to one of my favorite sections, the music of yesterday. So we saw the streets of yesterday, so now we're gonna go to the music of yesterday. And we actually saw a sneak peek of this before, if you remember, because we saw this, because just like unspoil it, reverse spoil, I don't know. If you look, you're now circling back around to the streets of yesterday. So that's where the Calliope was and all those fun things. And so now we're going down this area here, where there's a lot of really interesting automated, like automaton music machines, and that's what's really cool about this section. So let's go and check out all that. I did just want to get a shot of this amazing sign. So this again, that first one is just guiding you. This is the music of yesterday, presenting the magnificent machines of a magnificent era. And so we got this fun little, I guess, Beast Rose right here. I don't know. But again, a lot of automated music, but what I love is that as you come in, there are buttons! We get to do stuff! I get to actually control it, and it doesn't cost me a quarter or a token, which I think are technically 50 cents a piece. Well, isn't that great? Is there any more? No? No? Yes! Yes! Ha ha ha! Angry child, bang! Bang your cymbals! Get to touch that and do that. So not all of them have it, but some of them do. So I don't think I ever noticed that before. Again, third time here, but anyway. So I imagine these rooms are going to be a little crowded, and it's probably going to get a little loud for some of it. So again, I kind of teased you because I gotta put a quarter in here. So this is the Absinthe House piano. This is great. I believe I've been to the actual Absinthe House in New Orleans. I do not have a video of that. I went there before I had this channel, but I've been to the Absinthe House, and we're gonna play the Absinthe House piano. Let's see if that works. Oh, yep, definitely. And you can see it moving up there, and that's how it makes the music. Look at that! Look at it! It's amazing! Yeah, get that New Orleans jazz going! Yes! 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 Like, let's look close. Look close. You can see all the individual keys being played. I love the way the paper gets pulled, and then it's just look closely here. You can see it actually going. It's just, I think it's amazing that it works where it's just a chaos pile of paper. That's right, it's a chaos pile of paper. I love it. Anyway, let's go into the first room just over here. So as we go to the music of yesterday, it is still very much like these streets of yesterday. And someone's already playing this, so let's get a free show. Look at that. This is Miss Kitty's Boudoir. Look at this. That's great. You got an actual saxophone playing music. Got the cello here. This is great. I'm just speaking a little loud in case that this is copyrighted music, so I don't want to get too much trouble. It's all Benny Hill. This is awesome. I love this. This isn't even the best room of this part. This is just the first room. Oh my God. This entire experience is literally the best place in the world. So across from Miss Kitty's Boudoir, we got another little section over here. Got a couple things to do. You can do the graveyard scene. You guys want to see the graveyard scene? So we're going to show you the graveyard scene. Here we go. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, look at that. It's a scene in a graveyard. You got that opening there. Again, I like the simple mechanics of it. It's great. It's a small scene, but not too much going on, but that's great. Okay. Yeah, you get the idea. A couple people poking out, scary. But across from this, first of all, I just love that this is in its own little room here. We got this humongous thing on wheels. It's like it's like a hearse carriage, but it is the, let's see. Yeah, it is. Pantable hearse. Okay, you ready for this? Let's check it out. There you go. And away we hearse. Yes? Anything? There you go. Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah. Oh. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, that's creepy. That's great. Oh my gosh, playing the song that I don't know the name of, but it's like when you're dead and it's evil. Evil! Oh, look how great that is. Oh, did you see that? You see it's actually like the air is actually blowing up there. Did you see that? That was awesome. This is... Okay, so this section, the music of yesterday, is probably gonna take a little while, because there's a lot of great stuff in here. Yes! 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 Oh, when the saints come marching, yes! Then you go and watch Hello, I Am Clutch, because he shows so much of the house on the rock. Hey! So we're gonna go now a little further. I just forgot how great the actual streets of yesterday bleed into the music of yesterday. There's again so much more. Let's see, is there anything hiding over there? No, just a cute little door. But there's so much great stuff in here. Look at the size of this. This is called the Peacock. And no one's here, so, oh, look at all the accordions. We haven't seen accordions yet. So obviously, we gotta hear some accordions. Let's go. Boop. Oh yeah. I love that it's all New Orleans-y. Oh yeah, you can hear the air really winding up, ready to go. Oh yeah, that's great. It's over here on the left. Yeah. Yes. seeing what's making the music, but I'm hearing it good. Oh, I hope all these accordions kick into high gear in a sec here. Yes, there you go. Oh yeah. And I just love that all this crazy music is happening with like all the outside ambiance of this place. Like there's a big old thing here, and then all this crazy just music playing up there. That's great. This is so much fun. Again, I know this is gonna be a long one hearing all this music. But while we're doing that, let's just take a look over here in the silk purse, because that is some amazing tea machines. I love these. And again, I like hanging the music while we're looking at all this craziness. It just, again, everything here at the House on the Rock just feels like it's just a little bit extra. So this section here, as we continue for the music, it becomes butterflies. Many butterflies, all the butterflies. My wife would be terrified. And I'm, actually, they're all dead. She might actually be happy. Oh my gosh, that sounds evil. Anyway, more butterflies, more butterflies, more butterflies, and then, oh, look at that. There's some stuff over there. It almost looks like the actual House on the Rock over there. I don't think it, we're not back at the house, no. We are going, that's just the stair bypass. So, there's some stairs up here, and now we get to go to the Blue Room. Blue Room is, I think, if I recall, I like the Blue Room and the Red Room the most of all here, and the Mikado. Okay, I like everything. What am I even trying to say? So let's kind of walk in here and see what we got. So this is the Blue Room. Look at this thing. This is why I like the Blue Room. It's like this humongous, humongous space with many things here. This is a great one. So let's go ahead and play you some music from the Blue Room. Let's see what we get. So Blue Room going in. Here we are. All right, red light's on. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Quiet. There you go. Yes. Yes. Check it out. There's just something hauntingly beautiful. I love, like, the combination of the wires on everything. Like, look at all, like, the wires and the mechanics combined with the vibe of the room. Just get me, man. Oh, I love this. Like, I remembered how much I loved it, and then I started playing it for you, and I remembered even further how much I loved it. This is fantastic. Because it's not just like violin, like you get so many different instruments. And I wish I could say them all, because I think that's oboe and clarinets, and you got harps and pianos, and you got a whole xylophone, and you got drums. Oh my gosh. Fantastic. Going down the stairs from the Blue Room, you got this fun. Oh my gosh, look at this. Holy mama. What the what? I don't see a way to start this thing. This thing is amazing. This looks like, so this was called the Franz Joseph. It looks like there used to be a machine there to run this, so I guess this is not running at present, but like, look at the size of this. Look at this, is huge. There's like full tubas in there, and there's instruments galore. Oh man, I feel like I saw this working when I was here previously. This one is, gosh, and I know this is not even the biggest one. So this is just fantastic. Sorry it's not working. We'll find some more working ones for you. I wanted to quickly show you this cool kind of 3D painting here quickly because they started this next room. This is one of my favorite things. Oh, they're playing Danse Macabre. This is the Mikado. This is one of the best ones. And this music is amazing. This is, oh my God. I'm gonna sit back just so you can see it. They have a bench for this one so you can watch. But if you hear the music, this is Danse Macabre, or Macabre. And it just makes me think of the ride Danse Macabre at Efteling, a ride I've never been on, that I'm hoping to go on next year. And this is just beautiful. I'm gonna just show this for a second. Like, this one's cool with the fans. And, oh, there's like a crazy guy in the middle here. Look at this. Insanity. God, I love it. One of the people at the front told me this is her favorite room, and I can understand why. Oh, God. You can hear the smile on my face. So someone started a second time, and what's I think kind of cool is I don't think I realized it plays different songs. I thought every room played the same song, but I might be very mistaken. I'm just not going to spend that much money to figure that out, but at least in the Mikado room, we get different songs. I just want to give a little bit more appreciation to this room because there's a lot of detail in here. There's like these interesting bird cages all around, fun lights, lanterns, and like these bells going off. And so like you sometimes, I think what's cool about this one, you can't exactly see always where these routes are. The end. Great. So I think like if you saw this right here, like right there, that little guy hit that bell, and so like it's kind of hidden exactly where some of the instruments are and where they're coming from, and I think that's just a cool part of it. But also just to give you a little closer look at these fine gentlemen here. There's this guy blowing his horn up there, and this guy drumming his drum here, and it just, I kind of like that we have kind of the animatronics as part of this. So just a little extra appreciation for the Mikado. As we continue in here, it kind of becomes just like a little kind of corner shop area almost. Again, I know there's a lot of Asian influence in the design of the original house, and obviously you can see that here as well with some of that. And so we got the monkey and the bear over here. Just gonna show you this one because it's kind of creepy. I'm running a little low on my tokens right now. I don't know when my next replenish spot is, so I don't want to get, I'm gonna be a little selective for the immediate future because I've been playing so much, but just want to show you all this amazing stuff. Like, I like, again, not so much, it's not as much about what's inside, is that we're like, it's almost like you're in a street facade. It feels incredibly like the video game BioShock to me. If you know that, I like to make video game references, and this is like the ultimate feels like BioShock kind of place. And here's another amazing floor to ceiling, like almost 2 floors, maybe almost 2.5. This is the Blue Danube, and it's playing lightly here, so that's good enough for me. But like, look at this, and I do like, again, they have kind of a viewing bench for you, should you get a little exhausted and just want to sit there. This tree is definitely a fake tree, this is not a real tree this time. But like, just, again, the details, if you look really close at everything here, trying to help you, there's so much to see. And it's doing a lot of cool stuff. And I like that they do incorporate some of the tree in there and give it that nature kind of peeking in. But it's just, everything here, this whole section, the music of yesterday is great. And I love that it goes into the corner as well. Like, look at this room. I'm gonna back up and look at it again to really like look at, I mean, I get, the ceiling cuts it off. It's so big, this one. It's fantastic. But I think we're getting to what is arguably one of the best rooms of this entire experience. And I'm gonna say that, and then I'm probably teasing you again. I think it's next, but it might be some more. So we'll find out very shortly. Yep, I teased you again, I'm sorry. There's so much more to this house than, I say the house, the whole experience that I remember, but like, this is just amazing. This doesn't even look like it's playing anything currently, or it's just, the intricateness of the wood carving is just awesome to me. But there is a piano here that you can play if you want to. You could put a token in for that. And then, let's see, down here it continues kind of more that like streets of yesterday vibe, more shops and things like that. But what's cool in this one, look at this. Look at these cash registers. This is ridiculous. Man, how big was money back in the day? Still looking at some of those cash registers, like, they're incredible. Like, they're huge. These, just like the analog nature of some of these things. Like, it's just really cool to me. And like, how does this work? Look at this. Okay, that's 2 on top of each other. I think that's 2 different ones. I thought that was 1 for a second, but that big apparatus at the bottom, I'm not even sure the idea of what that is or how this works. But so as we're going through the music of yesterday and going through this, I just love again how, like, you can see it's so inside yet outside feeling. I love that so much. I love that it feels like we're walking on streets somewhere. This is so great. And just the way it all looks and the way it all feels. And I think there's still more. This is so much. Again, it's been 6 years since I've been here. You can hear the excitement because I feel like I'm discovering it for the first time again. Because I forgot. I swear that it was just room to room with the music part, but it's actually so much more than that. This is like an optometrist office, so it's like we're actually kind of on the backside of the streets of yesterday. And so, look here, we got another big music box. So there's a few things here. There's the Comet disc player, and then we have the El Dorado music box for this big thing. I think this feels like it's worth it. I got a few left. Again, the one thing is now that I need the tokens, there haven't been token machines. So let's look at all these locks. There's a bunch of locks and unlocking the music. Look at that. Oh, that's fun. You see that? There you go. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Cha. Cha. Yeah. 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 Look. All the pieces just moving. Look at the mechanics. Look at the spiral. Look at the billowing air to make music. This is great. Yes. Definitely worth it. Always worth it. Man, I can't believe how much I teased you about the fun room. That was actually pretty quick. Anyway, moving on. We got this great like farm machinery. This is craziness. And then again, this is an AIDA music box. Another humongous one. And it's kind of just amazing how many tokens you could use. I know there was a lot, but I need more. I need more money for more tokens. There's so much great stuff. So we got some more collections coming with like all these swords. That's fun. And again, I kind of like, I really did forget how much this part of the music of yesterday continues the idea of the streets of yesterday. And so like, again, we got like this is a dairy, I guess, with a horse pulling the dairy there. And then we got one more big box here. This is called the puppet piano because we got some kind of, I guess, like puppety things over there. But now we're actually at the room I was talking about. This is the red room. This is my favorite room of the music of yesterday. Walking into the red room, and let's see, there's a lot of people here looking, so you're gonna see why this is so great. Look at this room. Have you seen this room? Yes, I'm in it. Look at this. My God. Oh, that's good. And I didn't even have to spend my token. Get ready for a crash. I told you to get ready and even I got scared. This is... I think I just love it because it's so hauntingly gothic, and something about that gets to me. This is great. The size, like look at the chandelier. Like this isn't even the craziest chandelier we're gonna see today, but yeah, there you go. This room is amazing, and you don't realize how big it is because like it's domed at the top there, but these aren't mirrors. They kind of look like mirrors, but it's actually holes. So it's actually, we're like in a humongous warehouse here, so it's even hard to tell how humongous this room is. And I'm being quiet because there's a lot of other people near me, and I don't want to disturb them too much. But like when you look close at a room like this, there's so much going on. It's like a live action I Spy. Like look at this. There's tigers pulling, and lions pulling a carriage here. There's a humongous harp here. Like what is this? This is just, there's like these great chairs. There's so much in this room that it's just crazy. Like this back here is a humongous clock. This is seriously one of the best rooms. I love it so much. I love this room so much. I love this room so much that I'm going to use one of my tokens to give you the full show here. So we're going to give you the full show, no commentary. So get ready for this. Here we go. Yes, the red room is the best room. So after all of these streets and yesteryear and the music of yesterday, we have the Spirit of Aviation. This is actually one of the, I think, like the smallest sections. It's let's say ho-hum. I'm gonna go ho-hum. But I still want to show you. It's still definitely worth seeing because after this is probably the most famous part of the entire House on the Rock. So check this out. We got a lot of planes up there, so that's actually pretty cool how much we have up here. So it's like just talking about aviation a little bit. There's a few displays. There's like there's newspapers, a few things here. Again, this section has never really stood out too much to me. It's a lot more reading than a lot of the rest of the House on the Rock, but cool Shell Station pump here. This is probably my favorite part of this section is we got this cool diner, and I like that they got that going. You got someone talking on the phone over there. I like this part of it, except for that bit of terror. Look at that terror right there. But anyway, it's a cute little diner, nothing too complicated there. And then over here though, this is pretty cool. I don't even know what this is. It just looks like some behemoth tractor thing. And I love that kind of thing. If you know what this is, leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what this guy is. But anyway, that's pretty much it for the Spirit of Aviation. Again, not too much there. But now we're gonna go to, and I'm probably teasing you again, I think it's next, but there might be a couple things right before it. But definitely in a few moments we're gonna get to what is definitely probably one of the biggest highlights of the entire experience of the House on the Rock that I feel like is the most famous part of it. So let's keep going. So to semi-spoil what we're gonna be going to, again, I think it's next because it's saying it here, we're continuing to the Carousel. So we're going up a few ramps here, and there's some stuff on the wall here. I don't think there's too much before it. Maybe a few things to look at, but we're gonna get to the Carousel. If you haven't seen this Carousel, it is apparently, I believe, the biggest indoor carousel in the world, or at least they say as much. So just wait a few moments. We're about to see this craziness. Yep, it is. I wasn't actually teasing you too much this time. You might see the light of it, but we're gonna get close here. But look at this. Here it is. The world's biggest indoor carousel. Look at the insanity of this thing. Look at that. You unfortunately can't ride it, but this is like the crowning jewel of the entire place. If you've ever seen the show American Gods, this was featured in that. Like this actual carousel. Look at all these chandeliers. We're gonna look around this room for a little bit because there is so much to see in here. But this is really like one of the biggest things about House on the Rock that people know, they've seen, and it is incredible. So if we get a little bit closer, you can see a lot of amazing animals. Not much up and down happening, but if you look closely at what is on this carousel, I know one interesting fact. There are no horses. No horses on the carousel. It's all mystical creatures. You got some elk there, you got a person, like it's going by fast. There's a camel here. There's a man in a mask thing. There's zebras. There's sea unicorns. Like this is pretty incredible. You got a lion, walrus. The stuff that you can see here, I'm gonna go a little closer to show you. Like it is amazing what's on this carousel. And obviously as you walk in, it is just incredible. But to show you around the room is laden with all these angels and creatures and things. Like it's a lot of angels, a lot of women with wings up here, and it's just insane, this room. So I think we'll actually be on that platform at some point as part of the experience. But like this is just an amazing room, an amazing space. Like just look at this carousel, look at it. So here it says, so it's not the largest indoor carousel, it says the largest in history. Over 20,000 lights, 182 chandeliers, 269 animals. This weighs 36 tons, and I guess they made this in Easter of 1981. So this is amazing. So it says these animals are among the most unique collected from all over the world, and like I already told you, there is not one horse on this carousel. House on the Rock, you've done it again! So while I could stare at this for hours and hours and hours, I want to look a little bit across the way to see all the horses that could have been there but are not. But I love that music is playing. This whole drum goes off every now and again, and then across the way over here, we got these big, oh, I don't even know what you'd call them. They're like, I mean, they're big musical steam engines and things. This is called the Zephyrian. I don't even know. These just are amazing looking. This is Egbert Munson's celebrated mechanical wheel. Oh, I guess it's talking about a pair. Like, just whatever these are, whatever they can be. It's something with ironworks and things like that, but it's just fantastic. Gosh, I forget how great this room is. I've been here before twice, and this is the greatest room. Before the greatest room. Oh my gosh, this is just... this place is fantastic. Thank you, House on the Rock. Thank you for making this clutch so happy. Another thing I just love about this room is the way that the music is coming from the side. So there's stuff coming from over here, but then like we've seen in all the music of yesterday, the music, they're actually banging the drums over here, the bell up there. Look at this bell, it is actually ringing non-stop, this thing, and of course as I point to it, that's when it stops ringing. I promise you it was working a second ago. But like all the music is actually happening from right here as well, and I think that's just a great part of it. Oh sure, this carousel is really cool. It's one of the coolest things in the whole place, but that's not Clutch's favorite. Clutch's favorite is down this demon head. So let's go see my actual favorite part of the House on the Rock. So as we get swallowed by this behemoth of a thing, we enter what is my favorite room, known as the organ room. Look at this. This is a place that camera will not do it justice. I'm gonna try to show you as many angles as possible. This is the organ room. There's organs galore in here. There's pipes, there's chandeliers. It is dark, it is ominous. It is like walking through a crazy dark ride in here. It's a humongous room. I love it in here. I'm gonna show you every single angle I can. What's great is you can see just how big the room looks, but you can't actually tell where you're gonna be walking next. So as we go through it, you go in and out and up and down. And so I am beyond thrilled to finally make it to section 3. It takes that long to get here to what is my favorite room in the entire place. So let's start exploring the organ room. So just to go back to that absolute first part, I just want to show you, like, there's so much. Because it's dark in here, it's sometimes hard to see. But like, if you look, there's like all these whiskey jugs on these whiskey barrels here. That's amazing. There's just insane, huge machinery in this room, along with organs. Like actual, like, I mean, not human organs, but like, you know, the organs you play, you can kind of hear it. But like, again, more of these jugs over here. There's some like random staircases where like, it feels like this is where you used to be able to go. That would go up there, but it's not there. It's just one scary labyrinth. And I love this room. Like, look how it goes. And it's just insane. Oh my gosh, I love this. Just the way you can't tell what this all is. Like, how did they get it in here? I'm assuming they built the building around all of this, but like, you can kind of see in the background here, this is a chandelier made of chandeliers. I'm sure we'll get a better angle in just a little bit, but there's just, oh my God, just, I don't know, there's something just ominous about this room, about what it feels like. It's like dark and scary. I think that's why I like it. I like the macabreness of it. They got all this, like, again, it's an organ room, so there's lots of weird, interesting things as well. Like, look at all the pipes. Look at all these pipes. I just love the different angles you get here. It is all just so beautiful and wonderful. Oh my gosh. And now, so if you did need to, if you see here, there's a stairway bypass. If you need to bypass that, you can go down. So we're probably gonna look at both things just to make sure we don't miss a single inch of this place. Here's another angle of this place. Again, just the angles don't stop angling. Look at this organ right here. I'll get closer to that in a little bit, but there's 5 big organs in here apparently, and so much other stuff like whiskey stills and things like that. Like, that's a humongous whiskey still right there. There's another humongous organ up there. It's on the ceiling. There's more jugs, suits of armor. It just doesn't stop. So we're gonna go up this ramp because we can do the stairs. So we're gonna walk around here and see some more of this. It just, every angle, like, you have to stop almost like every 5 feet because you see a new set of things from a new angle. There's that chandelier again, and like this bridge with like creepy people things up there. I don't know, it's just wonderful. Like you can't even tell how deep it goes. It goes so deep down there. I know I'm zooming in and out quick. There's just so much to see. And another fun staircase like that looks like it goes to nowhere, but I guess it's how you got up to there before. Oh my gosh, there's just so much great stuff here. Like, look at this organ. Here's another organ. It's almost like, I mean, it's like an angled piano in the back there. Like, do you see that? It's like the piano is, I know it's a little dark, but piano is regular, and then like, it's almost like if you're looking top down at a piano there. So that is just a fascinating thing. I don't know. Just, like, this is like a tower of drums. I'm exasperated because it's just so cool, everything here, and I just love that when you walk into this room you can't tell what it all is. Like they would have had to have built this room around the stuff in here. Like, I don't think you can get it out. And there's like these towers here. I don't know, this room, I don't know if you can fully get the sense of it on the actual camera here. So I implore you, if you please can, and you want to, come to the House on the Rock. This is incredible. We're gonna keep looking at some more stuff. Here's just a closer look of like that upright piano type of situation where like the keys are like this, and then the piano is like right there, and it's like straight up. I don't know if that's something different than just a piano, just at a different angle, but it's cool. So going on this next like little bridge here, again, you're not exactly sure where it's gonna go, and like there's just, it looks like a calliope-ish, like these look like wind chimes. Like, look how high we are. Look how much you can see. It's crazy. And it looks like wood to me. I can't quite tell, but like those look like wind chimes, like that would be hit and make the wind chime sound. But like, this is just amazing. Like having the tree in here, that's its own interesting contraption. This is a humongous clock. That's a humongous clock. Humongous wooden clock. And it looks Rube Goldberg-y. It looks like something would like roll down there at this point and then like make it spin. I don't even know. Yeah, you can see kind of like an elevator type thing here. This is amazing. And I think, again, something I've said a couple times already that I think is fascinating about the House on the Rock is that so much of this isn't actually, there's no like words to explain what you're looking at. And I kind of think that mystery is what makes it better. But I like that there's all these bells up here. Look at, they get bigger and bigger and bigger. It's just it's fascinating. I love this so much. And like something I'm gonna point out to you is you wouldn't even know it's here. So like, do you see what I'm seeing already? Do you even see it? I know it might be a little brighter on the camera, so you probably see it because I'm also pointing right at it. It's just hidden behind the trees. Big steam engine. Come on, House on the Rock, calm it down. So we just climbed some stairs in the far corner, and now this is kind of the most open it's been so far. Like, the machinery in here is insane. Like, look at the coils on that thing there. And then you got the chandelier of chandeliers, which is insane. And like, this humongous still Tesla looking thing, like this feels like it could fit right out of Voltron out of Europa Park, and I've never been there and I'm making that connection. Like, this looks crazy. Like, we're gonna get down there to really get closer. Like, it looks like you're in some mad scientist laboratory. That's a good way to put it. Good job, Clutch. You made a connection. Looking down from that same place, like, just look at the way like the ramps are there, and then there's a bridge over here that I think you can walk on some of these. I think that what's interesting about it is like there's stuff you can walk on, stuff you can't, and again, you can't tell in this room where you're gonna go, where exactly you're gonna be. And that's what I love about it. It's a humongous room in total. And again, it's just, this is what the nostalgia room needs, is more crisscross applesauce. So just came down these stairs, and obviously more amazingness. We'll go there in just a sec, but right around here, you can kind of peek into this room. It looks like their organ storage room. Like there's an accordion, but there's also many, many pipes in here. That is neat. I'm about to sneeze. Oh gosh, oh gosh. Oh, I teased you again. I can't believe I teased you again. Just going over the next bridge to the next place. It really is quite a labyrinth, but again, it's not actually labyrinthian because there's bars everywhere. Like, you can go down here, but it's actually, this is a dead end. But it's not the deadest end because we got organ number 1. Look at that thing. And then organ number 2. Look at these. Like, how does someone learn to play that? This is like, it's like looking inside of like a whale and seeing a million teeth. I don't, gosh. Look at that one, and then look at this one again, and then tell me to stop this shot. I'm not doing it. This is the other side of that humongous Tesla coil thing that we saw when we were at the top looking down on the great chandeliers. Again, just the mechanics in it are crazy. Something I'll just say really quick now while we're here is I think we actually leave the organ room and we come back, because I think for like this stuff over here, I think that's part of our way out. So again, they'll guide you. There's like continue signs everywhere. Yeah, it's under that light right there. But like, so you go this way, but I think you leave this room and you come back. So, but there's still more right now, but we also have a lot more in the near future. So it's just, I love the way this place is set up. It's just wonderful. So like, cause like we're going down, we're going deeper. You don't realize how deep this goes. So like, we're gonna go down to where we were just a moment ago, and then we're gonna see some, I guess, extra streets of yesterday. Anyway, let's go get closer to all this other fun stuff. Got some cool, like, interesting kind of music box things here. It's like a piano with like little gadgets and things in there. But over here, we got some more mechanical things, which is cool. And you got another smaller organ, a reasonable size organ. But then we're actually now at the bottom, if you remember, of all those pipes and those things that might be trees. Not 100% sure. Also, a small typewriter collection for some reason. Not entirely sure why. And of course, you can see back there, you still got even more of those barrels with the big jugs and whiskey things there. I'm not sure what that's all about. It's another thing that's just random. And what's crazy is actually, if you look around this whole room, I haven't really been pointing out, but there's like steins hiding. Look, there's steins there, and then way over here, there's steins hiding there. It's amazing. But, and now, just again, give you some perspective, we're at the bottom of that big wooden clock, the one with like the Rube Goldberg machine thing looking at the top. You can't really see it too well, but that steam engine train thing. And then this, what is this? It's just these humongous coils, all this machinery, gadgets, things, no explanation. We don't need an explanation. This is House on the Rock. You see what you see and you don't understand it and you like it. And then look at this column, see? More steins, they're hiding everywhere. The steins are hiding. So maybe go back, look at some of the footage, see if you can see some steins in some of the previous shots. So that might be part of an engine. There's the back of that Tesla thingy. It's got a propeller. So I wonder if it was I wonder if that was part of the engine of a boat. That actually is the thing that makes the most sense. So yeah, look at that. There's a propeller. This is the bottom of that humongous Tesla thingy, and that's fantastic. And then here's a great shot of that clock. Oh my gosh, we gotta save the clock tower. Save the clock tower! And then from the bottom of that, you actually go, I think, outside for a little bit. We'll get closer there and show you that. So I think we go outside for just a moment, and then we come back inside to go to all of that. And now that we're at the bottom of the clock, you can see like the path that this would take, and like it comes down here, and they got the balls down here that, like, I guess power the machine. Man, I'd love to see this thing work and how it works. And another deep cut video game reference. This reminds me heavily of a certain kind of thing that's in Resident Evil 8. If you know, you know. So I guess going outside here is called Inspiration Point. So let's see if we could get to the point and be inspired. So the inspiration seems to be another place to get some food. No, I think this is just another rest area. There is like some outside stuff to go look at, so I think we're gonna go out there, just check it out. I do like this. This definitely has a strong the land vibe from Epcot from like the 80s, when probably like Food Rocks and Kitchen Cabaret were still there. So just love the aesthetic of this. But anyway, we're gonna go outside really quick, show you what there is to see, because I think you're able to see the house a little bit, and so might get some good shots of that. Going outside, we gotta find that point of inspiration, because so far I'm not inspired at all. So we got another one of these wonderful big jug thingies, and then there's a little walkway here. So let's go down this walkway, see what we can find. I'm pretty sure it's the end of the walkway. I think this is a dead end, if I recall, but I think you're able to see stuff from here. So first of all, lovely to get outside. It is quite the juxtaposition from that humongous dark organ room we were just in. So this is not the rock the house is on, because as you can see, no house on that rock. So, but what you can see, let's see if we can do it through the, yeah, there it is, okay. There is the actual infinity room up there. So we were up there a long time ago. So this is one of the best views you kind of get of the house, kind of. So, because again, so many trees you can't see it, but the house on the rock is all in that area there. And then this is the, let me pan out a little bit. That's the infinity room all the way up there, going down there. And now I'm inspired to go back into the house on the rock. Again, I don't normally like to go into bathrooms, but this one I just have to show you this craziness with the bears and the sinks and the separated urinal. I don't know. This is a special one. So I had to share. I made sure there was no one in here. Don't worry. And here we are, continuing back into the organ room, which we saw just moments ago. Nothing too exciting at this immediate moment because it's stuff we've already seen. But as we come down, we have the dark streets of yesterday. I don't know what you want to call it, but there's some more fun stuff here. Again, very much like what you saw earlier with like little shop windows and things like that. It just has kind of a darker vibe to it. But again, what I do love is that, again, you get new perspectives. Like, we're at the bottom of this humongous thing, which is next to the chandelier of chandeliers, and just this feels like something outside of like Darkmoor and Epic Universe. Another place I haven't been to at the time of recording. I've just seen pictures, so it makes me think it might look like that. Oh my gosh, but there's just so much great stuff here that you can see in these windows. It's just, I don't know, the red and the black gives it just a fun dark vibe. We do have a little token guy here. This one is not super exciting, so I'm gonna take a quick pass on that, but just wanted to show you that it existed there. I mean, just look at all this. Look at this danger, high voltage, all that. I mean, that looks like a Frankenstein laboratory thing if I ever saw one. So kind of hidden in the back, we have some, like, a bunch of looks like music machine boxes. That's kind of what it looks like. The paper, it's a little hard to see, but it looks like what would be going through all these calliopes and organs to make the music. And I just think these standing things are just so cool looking. But then what we have here looks like we got like the comfiest like snow sleds in the world. Like, this looks great. Like, they should Airbnb this. I mean, my gooseness. It looks so nice and comfortable. Like, I love this. I don't think I've ever seen carriages like this. Again, no explanation to what it actually is, but it looks like snow sleds to me. And so that's really cool. And then, like, this almost just looks like someone's laboratory down here. Again, like someone's like music laboratory, a bunch of kind of open machines and pieces and things, and I just love it. And we're like, you're kind of going under stuff here, so it's getting a little bit more closed in because we're actually in the corner of the room. But we're having a great time. Like, again, look, the perspectives just keep on perspectiving. I don't even know how to say it. There's just every corner you go around, like, you discover something new in this room. Again, it's why it's my absolute favorite room in the entire house. Just what you see. Again, I like the dark vibe of it. Like, look at all the pipes on the ceiling right here. It's just insanity. It's wonderful. I just love the way it looks. And I love how you walk around and, like, you're back where you were before, but from a different place. More hidden steins. We've seen these guys before. So you're kind of seeing how, oh, I didn't even notice this before. Do you see this in the back? I was right here the whole time. Look at, oh, it's a little too dark. You might be able to see it from a distance, but like there's humongous pipes up there. Like ginormous pipes. That, I haven't even seen that. Again, just because I'm a little farther away and now looking a little differently, because since I've already been here, I'm looking farther. I'm looking up, I'm looking down, I'm looking left, I'm looking right. There's so much amazing stuff here. Gosh, I love this. This is just, it's just fantastic. Like, again, more steins, more stuff. And remember, we were on this, see, we were on that side, now on this side. We were on that side, now on this side, right there, this is where we are. And I'm just so excited. I love this room. I love walking around it. I think the way it just circles back on itself, the way it kind of overlaps is what makes it so great. And I want to thank you for walking through the organ room, but we still have, oh, this house, it keeps on housing. So let's keep going. So one little last thing for the organ room as we go in the hallway. There's more pipes and organs and things down here. And now we're gonna continue into the next room. And you thought we were done seeing carousels? Well, you would be wrong. we have the doll carousel here. So there's actually two of them. This is kind of insane. There's one here, there's one there. We're gonna walk around. You actually, I think, circle back in this room a couple times. And like, let's walk down here. I'll show you what it looks like a little bit as you go, because this will take us to some of the rest of what we have in this third place. So like, this is like a 3-story carousel of dolls. It's kind of crazy. And this feels still kind of an extension-ish of the organ room. So I like that about it. So while we get a tease of this carousel here, you can see we're gonna get up there and we're gonna get closer to it in a sec. So now what we're going to is, I believe, a bunch of doll houses, circus stuff, and galleries. A lot of really interesting stuff in here. So let's keep going. All right, and this is the dollhouse section, which is appropriately named. As you can see, many dollhouses. Now, I am a big fan of miniatures. I go to a few miniature museums that I've been to before. Something about this one just doesn't hit the same. I can't quite explain it. I think because it's not with as much context, it's just looking at random dollhouses. It doesn't hit the same where I went to the miniature time machine museum. I can't say it. It's in the top corner. Click that card if you want to go see it. It's in Tucson, Arizona. Amazing place, but it is done with a different level of care than this. So there's a lot to actually see here. Like, you can look at all these miniatures, and I think they're nice, they're cute, but for me, just for some reason, does not hit quite the same, but I still like it. I still enjoy it. When I say it doesn't hit the same, what I mean is, I love everything here, but on the list of things, how I would rank them, this would be lower on the list. That's all I mean. I do love it all. It's just kind of a section to go a little bit faster through, I think, at least for me. But it is fun to see like all the different details. I like when you can see all like the different rooms in one house like that. I find that to be a fun thing. Like this, we got like a gas station over here that was probably from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So within the dollhouse area, not exactly sure what this is, but when you put a token in, it starts playing some music and stuff. What it looks like to me, I think these are old wax cylinders. And if you, I'm trying to read it as I'm looking, but like, that's what it looks like. And it looks like you might put them on there and then it would play up here. So it's like old wax cylinders were a way of recording audio and then playing it back. It's a really cool, really old technology that I think is cool. And I've never seen it like as a carousel like this. So even though nothing is happening, the idea of this is still pretty cool to me. So continuing more doll houses. Again, you can like, I mean, creepy. It's neat. There's a lot of it. It just doesn't hit the same for me. Anyway, but I want you to see it because it is quite impressive how much there is. I think the difference between dollhouses and miniatures is like everything is perfectly to scale. Everything is like this over here. This I kind of like more. Again, I kind of said a moment ago, I like when you can see in the dollhouses when like you're getting the open side and seeing like all the rooms, feeling like it's alive, like it has energy. I think that gets me a little bit more because there's not much to like spy for in here or see. But it's still neat, and I appreciate that they've made these galleries to show all this stuff. So, gotta show it to you because it's all here and it is part of the experience. But it is quite a large part, but it's almost like a calmer part compared to some of what we've seen so far. So it makes it, in a way, a little easier because like I feel like the organ room is very overstimulating, where this is relatively calm. So maybe it's here on purpose as a calmer change of pace, but like, because it is kind of weird, I think, to see like a house with a giant doll right there. So like the perspective isn't consistent in that way, where when I've gone to other miniature places, the whole place is trying to be one consistent unit. Where here, this is just dollhouse, there's a dollhouse, there's a humongous monster doll. And then we have, continuing to the next section, which I do like a little bit more, obviously, to tease you. We have another room to kind of let you know what we're about to see. Another big machine. So what do you think it's going to be? It's going to be circus stuff, so circus miniatures. So I'm a little excited for that, because that has, in Clutch's heart, circus miniatures definitely more fun than dollhouses. So, circus! Let's go check out all the circus McGurkus that we got going on. Whoa, actually I forgot how big this one is. I mean, it's as big as the dollhouse, but you got so much here. So let's look at what we got here at this hall of circus craziness. So you got over here, starting with not so much a circus, but I guess like a show with many people doing things. There's fire breathers, dancers, you got Cracker Jacks, you got a band. You gotta point out the band. So I just like that there is like so much stuff here. Like I do enjoy this humongous tent with a humongous crowd in the background. So like I might go back and forth because they got a circus over here, and then they also have a circus over here. So you see all the elephants and things like that, and then you got a circus over here, multiple circuses. I don't know why there's so many competing circuses so near each other, but that's how the House on the Rock goes, I guess. So the circus room is pretty cool. I do like how much there is. I know there's something really great at the end of this whole circus section that I'm really excited about, but like I think the thing that this place could use is more motion. Like these models, I feel like there should be like buttons you can push to like make little things happen, or just it would be great if it was like if it just was doing that all the time, or like just a little bit of motion, because it feels like look at this. This feels like they should be spinning or something, or like even if you had like these sea lions with the ball spinning, that'd be great. Or like if there's just like a parade, like if they look like they're supposed to be on a parade, and if they're moving around, I think that would make this just a lot better. It's still great, but it just feels like it needs more motion. But then look at these huge trains back here. Look at that. That's kind of fun. It's funny because there's like no model trains really at this place. There are trains at times, so when I see a train, Clutch has got to stop and capture that train. I don't know about you, but this is making me really want some animal crackers. So as we're continuing along, it's just like it's like circus scene after circus scene. Continue circusing. This one's less popular. As you can see, there's a lot less people in the audience of this circus, so this one must not be as good. I do think, like the dollhouse section, what impresses me is just how much circus stuff there is. Like, it's not just like a circus scene. It is a dozen circus scenes, and so to have this much is kind of impressive. But honestly, again, going back to the idea of the motion and things like that, I'll leave a link in the description of the video, but like I went to Fort Cody Trading Post in the middle of Nebraska. And in that video, they have a Buffalo Bill kind of scene with like his show and his circus, and things are moving, things are happening, and like there's a show that goes off every now and again, and that just feels much more alive than even this does. So like if you want to see like what the idea of what I'm talking about, go watch that video. Again, it's part of a video where I also went to the Golden Spike Tower, so you go check that video out. Description in the description, I'll have a link there. But I like this. I wish it was more alive. So at the end of the hall here, it's not the end of the circus section, we come down here, you see there's kind of a big more open space. But what is exciting to me, and I please hope it works, is look up here. A humongous animatronic band that I know plays music. Now, I have not been here when they've played, and they're not playing right now, so hopefully we will see that. I actually think what is down here is a little bit cooler, because I'm already seeing down here, let's go, we have a roller coaster. So that's cooler. That's something new. And some more trains. So I love that there's a roller coaster here, and you can see that. See, I think it gets a little too repetitive in the circus area for my taste. And so this is cool. Again, it would be great. It looks like it could move, so it'd be great if it actually did move. So, but this is amazing actually here. This is what we need. We need this variety, a tower of elephants with people on it. This is wonderful. So hopefully what we're gonna have though is I'm gonna get up there at some point. I think we take some ramps. Yeah, it looks like some ramps down there. And then we'll get up there to see this band hopefully actually play. But first, a few more circus things. All right, let's try the funny bone tester. We got a token, we got a funny bone that needs to be tested. Let's go give it a try. Let's see what we got. All right. Oh God. Yeah, that's not terrifying at all. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look away, children. Look away. All right, just tell me. I'm hilarious. You see that? Look at that. Clutch is hilarious. Leave a comment in the comments section if you think the funny bone tester is working. So this is kind of cool. So this looks like it's a circus on a boat. It looks like this was like a traveling circus or something that was on some sort of like a vessel that went on the water. And I think, again, you're kind of mixing it up a little bit here. This is cool. I think this is much better. And we actually have another bigger one. We got the circus fleet here. It looks like a big old paddle boat. Obviously, you're not seeing inside of this one, but it says Spalding and Rogers Floating Palace. Like, I don't know, this boat, this type of thing, obviously it feels very Rivers of America Disney vibe, and I really love that. So this is fantastic. There's actually a few of these pedal boats. There's another one over here at the bottom of this ramp. You can see there's some way over there, and so there's a lot there. Now, in this big old middle section, again, it's not much. It's just kind of a big open. There's some trains and some more circus stuff. It's really repetitive of what was in the other section. So again, this section has a different vibe to it, but at least it does have the great animatronic band, and we're gonna go up there and see if it plays anytime soon. Going up this ramp, and they finally have something that I was asking for. We got a button to push. Let's push the button. Push the button. Ah, makes them go. Why is this so fun for me? I'm almost 40. So as we're climbing up to the second level, we got like these clockwork things. They're not in motion, but they look like they would possibly move a little bit, but I'm not sure. Like this looks like it would rock back and forth a little bit. It just, I love mechanical things like this. I love old mechanical. It looks like this would happen where like this would go around the ladder, and there's a whole bunch of them here. There's a lot of cool ones. Like there's this one like looks like got a tunnel of love, dark ride, gotta love a dark ride. And so there's a lot of little interesting things here as you're climbing up to see just like these mechanical machines, and I really like that. Again, I would love to see them in motion, but seeing them here though is still pretty cool. And as you can see, it goes for a while. There's quite a lot of them. So here's the orchestra as we're getting a little higher. Now it does say over there, orchestra is under repair. So I think once again, I'm unfortunately not gonna get to see them play. But if you're looking closely, some of them, wait! Well, I spoke way too soon. Here they go. Oh, I'm so happy. I've never seen this in person before. This is great. So there was a fire here sometime within the last year, and I believe it caused a little bit of damage to this section. So maybe parts are under repair, but not the whole thing. So maybe the orchestra is under repair, but not these guys. Fantastic. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy I got to see this. Look at that, we got a French horn over here. We got what might be a flugelhorn. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know the instruments as well, but this is great. Look at that. Fantastic. Oh, I'm so happy that I got to see this. I was gonna say I saw some of them moving, but now they're actually playing. This is great. Orchestra is most definitely not under repair. It is going. Oh my gosh, I don't have the best angle, so I think we're gonna get a different angle in just a few moments as we go around, so I can see this a little bit better. But at least now you can see on the side, they are moving. They're alive. Go orchestra, go! We'll see you again in just a few moments. Ask and your prayers will be answered. Push buttons, push buttons, push buttons. It's making things move. We get to see them move. Look at that. Yes, there's more, there's more, there's more. That moves, that moves. Oh, yes, yes. Not all of them are moving, but some of them are moving. House on the Rock is slightly delivering. Here's some more. Look at this one. Look, they're going to the moon. And they're spinning. And they're dancing? I don't know. And oh, this is great. This is fantastic. Like, look at that. Look at those waves. Look at those waves. This is awesome. I love this. It's like they knew what I wanted and they did it. Like as we come around the corner here and we get to the other side of that orchestra, like there are just so many of them. Like look how many. Some of them have the buttons. So like, let's see if I can get the Tunnel of Love to work over here. Nope. But we got a cake spinning. We got a cake spinning. That's pretty great. And you got diamonds being made. That's pretty great. That's pretty great. And this one is imploring me. This one says, please push buttons. Well, I can't deny you. A whole new world. A paddle boat. Some mice with a violin. So on the other side of that area, we got like this big like bandwagon as they call it. Apparently it's under repair a little bit. I can't really see where any damage is, so that's great. But like, this is humongous and crazy how big this is. But look at this. Here's the orchestra. This is incredible. I can't believe how this looks, and I'm so glad like you can kind of see some of their heads move and things, like they move a little bit at a time. So I didn't realize, I guess it is a token thing. So that's how it went. It's not just any time, but so I will obviously put a token in this one. We're gonna see this thing in action. All right, the token's in, and it seems like the bandwagon starts first. And then I think we'll get to the orchestra. So we'll see, hopefully them kick in just a moment, but at least we're getting the other side of that band. Look at these guys go. Yes, go man, go. Good. Yes, yes, yes. So it's interesting that they say the bandwagon's under repair when stuff is a-working. So it might just be that, again, not everything is working as much as they expect it to. But still, I'm happy to see it work in any capacity. But I'm excited for this to kick in. So we're gonna start focusing here, because like it is kind of impressive and scary how much you got up here. So they look like they're ready. I see lots of good instruments here. Got a whole orchestra. You guys can go whenever you want, because these guys, they're lighting it off for you. All right, there you go. Yes. Clutch is so happy. Check it out. Look at that. Crazy. I love it. It's not quite our finale yet. Still, if you can believe it, there's still more. And so we're gonna go there in a sec. But like, look at this. This is fantastic. And I like the way things move, the way things go up and down. Yeah, I think with saying the orchestra is under repair, not every single piece is working right now, but enough to still get you this show. So this is fantastic. Look at this. Yes. But I said I was gonna give you the full ultimate tour. Clearly I was not kidding around. Clutch, clutch, clutch. So I believe that's the end of the circus section, and now we're going to the gallery section. So, I mean, we've already seen collections of collections, and I think we have even more collections of weird things here. So right now it seems like a lot of ammunition and firearms inside of interesting cases here. So it's, again, it's one of those places where I could show you so much, I could stay forever. But there's like particular interesting things like this leg. Look at this leg. It's got a gun in it, and it's a fake leg, and that's just, so I would love to stay here and show you so much. Again, the fullest tour could show you every little thing that is possibly here. It would take just way too long, but like looking around, there is so much interesting, ornate stuff in here, as well as just like, I like these cases. I do think these cases are fun. That gun looks like an axe. Anyway, there's a lot of interesting things if you look close, and I think this is kind of a neat gallery. Like, look at this. This looks like carved whalebone. That's insanity. Anyway, got some more gallery things to look at over here as well. So we'll get a little closer look and see what is what. So this looks like it's just a bunch of, again, kind of Asian-inspired things and memorabilia. Again, there's no labels to let me know what are we looking at. It does seem like there's some interesting like stuff carved out of, I'm assuming bone, but I don't know for sure, because again, it does look like that. So it is fascinating what is being collected here. We got a humongous vase. It's becoming a little bit more just like normal-ish museum, but we still have that doll carousel to look at a little bit more. That's gonna be fun in a few moments. I know there's a few other kind of medieval things coming up as well. That's gonna be fun. And there is another look at that humongous carousel from another angle. So stay tuned for still some more cool stuff. So here we go, here we go. This is something that I like of these galleries, this kind of like medieval armor section. This is, again, I have something of a gothic love of vibe, I guess. Like it's just such a crazy scene here, and it's kind of awesome. So I like this gallery probably more than the other one. The other two we just went in with the with the what is it? The guns and stuff and the Asian stuff. So this is, I don't know, I just love this scene. There's people dying. There's bloody screaming. There's a horse with his tongue out. Who knows? And then over here we got a lot of cool just suits of armor. So I feel like you don't always get super close to suits of armor. So this is just cool to see things like that. And so I quite enjoy this section compared to what we were just seeing a moment ago. Anyway, looking over here, we got another like diorama scene. This seems to have a samurai in it as well. So again, there's no context at all to what we're looking at. So it's kind of just funny that we're seeing these crazy scenes with no understanding what it is. But I like that you got, I like the way they set the scene. And so it's really cool here, and like, look at this. This is actually a really cool one because they have a bunch of animals in armor. Like, there's a whole elephant in armor here. There's, it looks like a dog maybe, or a lion, or a mountain lion type of thing in armor. I don't even know. They're not even specifying. Like, look at this. This guy is being completely thrown by the elephant. That's amazing. So this scene, I don't know. I like the medieval armor section, so it's absolutely worth it to keep going and checking all this out. I mean, you actually have to go forward to go backwards, so it's how it works. And next they have a whole case of like the crown jewels. Obviously these are replicas, none of this is real, so, well, I don't know that. They don't label anything, so who really knows? Maybe they stole these. Anyway, whole bunch of just like the British family kind of stuff. We got some more over here, and they even have a whole model of Buckingham Palace, just because why not? And here we have the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch. And now leaving the galleries to get back to the clutch stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's all clutch stuff. So we're back into that organ extension room where you have that doll carousel. I love this room. Like, there's, again, we're back to the dark gothic vibes. I love that. And again, there's two of them. There's one right here, there's one over there. And I think we go up this spiral staircase to kind of see them from different angles. So let's check out these different angles. Got what appears to be a humongous like water wheel type thing here. I don't know. It's so interesting that they put all the tree stuff in here because it feels like you are outside while this is happening, which I love. But here's a close look at this carousel. Now we will, I think, be going up that ramp up there to get another look at the other layers as we get higher. But you can see there's a lot of like chandeliers in here, and it's just for some reason a creepy doll carousel. So that's carousel number 1 for you, and we're gonna see it again in just a moment. Oh, I really like this. This is cool. This is like fantasy world stuff. This actually really looks like, and I hope I get this right, I think, I want to say at Meow Wolf in Denver, there's 4 different planets. One I believe is called Numia, and there's a castle that looks very similar to this. The planet doesn't matter, but the castle looks really similar to this that they have there. So check that out if you haven't seen that before. But if you look over here to the right, we got a lot of like more carousel, like the main carousel stuff, like a lot of horses and things that aren't on the main carousel. And I just like that they have these stairways that you're not allowed to go on, but there's some more creepy dolls, and it's just never ending. This place is never ending. All right, and here's carousel number 2, or was it number 1 because of where we were before? Anyway, you can see a much closer look at some of the horses. There's zebras. There's some regular stuff in here, but for some reason it's a creepy doll carousel. I love that it is like 2 stories tall. I mean, look at that. So we got 1, 2, 3, technically like 4 tiers, 3, I guess, floors of carousel. So that's just, I don't know, it's just impressive. I love it. I think this is the stuff that really gets me. And again, like, there's the variety within it. Like, if you kept looking, you would spot new things every time you walk around as it goes, and you go up and it spins. So much fun stuff to see. And it's kind of cool to get to the top of a carousel. How often do you see the top of a carousel? Well, today on Hello, I Am Clutch, you get to see the top of a creepy doll carousel. There you go. You're welcome. I just realized that from the top of the creepy doll carousel number 2/1, I don't know, that the walkway here had like the wood slats on top. I love that. We're inside. You don't need to do that, but they did. Also, I realized what this big wheel was. It was not a water wheel. Can you see this? Can you see this? It's a cannon. And back to creepy other carousel with the dolls. Like, a lot less horses. Like, this one really is just like dolls sitting next to chandeliers. No horses on this one. But this is really cool because, again, now look, it's let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different layers going all the way up and down this thing. Like, I love that it is a rotating carousel with the chandeliers. The dolls, I could live without those. So next to the carousel, behind the cannon above that, you might notice up here we have not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. I love the darkness of this place. So from that room with all the carousels, we're going up another ramp, and we're actually kind of getting to another view that you can see it in the distance, of that humongous carousel. So we saw people up there before, and now we're going again. If you would like, here's some more dollhouses, some more horses, but once again, I love this. This is a great view as well. Obviously not a surprise, but now you get to be up here to see the greatest carousel in all the world. Just on this balcony, this is fantastic. This is such a great kind of view to get to as you're getting towards some of the end of section 3. So, oh gosh. And it's so fun to get to see it again, because something with this place, as you might have seen, it is quite linear. You don't really circle back and go through any section a second time. So, I guess you kind of, in the organ room, I think this is why I like it, you circle back and see it from different perspectives and such like that. But there's technically never a room you go into in its entirety again. You have to keep moving forward. So to come back in here one last time is wonderful. But anyway, let's keep walking up. On to the right over here, we got, these jaguars pulling this carriage. Love that. And we got a ramp. And so let's see where this door is going to take us. So right before we get to that door, you're actually at the way top of the carousel, and you can kind of peek in. No, not just once today, but twice you get to look at the top of a carousel, and look at the size of this thing. Look at how big it is. And actually what's really cool, you can kind of see on the top edges, there do seem to be horses going around. That is really cool. And just being able to see the top of the inner workings of this like that, you can kind of see it actually better than me, because I can hold the camera out for you. So look at this. That's pretty cool. And while it's not totally done, we are definitely going to exit through the gift shop. So let's see. What is it? Oh, no, that's not the gift shop. That's the regular outside. So as we make our way out to the gift shop, and I think we still have the Japanese gardens to see. You can recall a long time ago we were up there and I pointed to this building, and it turns out that's where the carousel is. So there's these other huge warehouse buildings we're gonna eventually go to that house a lot of stuff. Look at this just like maze of walkways. This is just, I don't know, this is visually really cool. I love this. So as we're going up all these ramps and stuff, you're actually able to get another view of the house. It's so hard to see through all the foliage and stuff, but like that's the walkway we took. And up there, you can see that's the outside of the house. Like that yellow stuff right there, and these rocks over here. So that's the actual house on the rock right there. So there's another look for you. And as we come up those ramps, you get a nice little exit through the Japanese garden. Exit and then gift shop are also this way. So there is some nice stuff to look at over here. There's really not too much going on in the Japanese garden other than some tranquility and other words that mean calm that are synonyms. So you see there's got like some bridges over there, which is nice, and they got a nice little water feature in the back. But I do like the view that you get over here, because you can see, again, I like that you kind of crisscross over yourself, where like we started way over there. I think that's where like the gatehouse leaves from, and then you go up that big ramp there to go to the house on the rock. And so we've done quite a lot of walking today. At this point, I've been here, let's check the clockometer. So just to check, we have been here, including lunch, 5.5 hours. And just when you thought it might actually be getting near the end, we have a few more collections. They got phones out here. I don't know, they got a lot of phones. Look at this. I remember this Lego phone. Look at the Lego phone. And they got Mickey phones. A lot more fun phones out here. This is pretty amazing. And they even got, look at that, R2-D2, Winnie the Pooh, and they got a Bozo phone. The world's most famous clown. You've heard of him. We've all heard of him. He's Bozo, the clown. So across from all those phones, we got a lot more of these pots and things just to guide you out, and they block you, and then back over there is the gift shop. So let's check that out. So it's actually a pretty big gift shop, and there's quite a lot to see here. So I'm gonna show you some of the stuff, because oh my gosh, like for some reason, oh I see, the postcards are 26 cents. I thought that was just a funny quirk, but like you can get whatever room you like. That's great. I love this. There's so much here. Oh my gosh. I would take these all and just plaster my wall with them. And then we got a lot of great mugs here. You got like one with like Carousel on it. House on the Rock, established in 1960 there. Like, let's just see, like, a random one here. How much? This is $14 for this. Like, look at this. I like this one with the color. Look inside. There's all, there's all the stuff we saw today. There's the actual infinity room. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to go home with so much stuff. There's too much to show you here. You got your House on the Rock Nalgene for $25 here. You can get just regular water bottles here. Let's see these. These are $10 for these wonderful little things. It just keeps going. My gosh, my gosh. And then we got a bunch of fun ornaments over here that show you again things we've seen. And then what's amazing is this. If you look at this here, this is probably the best view of the House on the Rock we've had so far. So now that's kind of what it looks like from the outside. So finally, you're welcome. I quite enjoy this. You got the snow globe, that's a 19, and then the pots you're seeing everywhere. That's only, what was that? This is only $10 to take this home. And even says on the bottom, House on the Rock there. Can you see it? Can you see it? It's blurry. There you go. It says House on the Rock there for $10. So if you didn't take a million pictures like me, they actually have a picture book you can buy for 20 bucks. It's more than a picture book. It'll show you all the things. It shows you all the place with a little bit more context to actually learn about everything that you just saw. So there's the Spirit of Aviation. Oh, the most boring part. Anyway, there's some more fun stuff. Anyway, it's a great book. It's definitely good to have on your coffee table. Totally is a great one. And here we have a ton of magnets. So these are only, these ones over here, it's a little dark to see, but they're only $5 for those. We got a few other good ones over here. You can get something like this up there. Let's check that out. Let's see, that is also $5. So I think these magnets might only be about $5. And there's a lot of pretty good ones. You can get the Octopus Garden if you really want. I like that they kind of do a good job of showcasing all the different rooms and things like that. Or if you just want to see the house itself, there you go. I mean, you got some shirts here. You got a hoodie here. Oh my gosh. You got more shirts over there. You got hats over here. Oh, this is overwhelming even for Clutch. How did I go through... Oh, let's talk to you directly. How did I go through that entire House on the Rock? And this is the overwhelming part. And that's gonna do it for our time here at the House on the Rock. And you are a trooper for getting through all of that with me. This is, oh gosh, so I was here for a total of 6 total hours, and I did as thorough of a time as I ever did walking through this place. I had so much fun. I love it more and more every single time I go through it. It is one of the most wonderful, wonderful places in the world, and I just thank you so much for sticking out and watching the whole dang full tour ultimate experience with me. Now, if you enjoyed going on this adventure with me, I have many shorter adventures where you can catch out one of my really good ones right here. You can catch me there to watch something definitely a little different, but still a lot of fun. But again, thank you for coming along with me. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye. I am still Clutch.